for a guy like me. Hold on, let's make sure we're actually live on YouTube. There we go. We are, in fact, actually live on YouTube. Yuri, hello there. Jex Awakens. Yeah. Ex Djeeta has always kind of been a bit of an interesting one, I feel like, because, like, out of all the X's, I feel like most people, power level-wise, at least, they're pretty okay with EX Grand, right? Like, maybe some people think he's a little bit on the weak side. Maybe they think he should have been better than Grand. Maybe he's not quite. Maybe it's debatable. Who knows? No one really plays him, right? Nobody really plays EX Grand. Really, the only EX character that gets any amount of play at all is EX Narmaya in the lower ranks, right? People are pretty... I don't hear much talk about EX Grand one way or the other. EX Narmaya maybe a little bit more controversial, right? A lot of people think she's way too weak. I don't personally agree with that. I think it ends up middling out a little bit more with her. But Ex Djeeta is the one that I very consistently hear just like slandered, right? And I don't think the character, I'm going to guess that, you know, we played her a little bit, right? We have played some Ex Djeeta right when she came out, but I haven't really ever touched her again. And, like, I don't think she's amazing or anything like that, right? But people were putting her bottom one, even, like, we're talking before Nier got buffs in the Galleon... No, I guess it would have... She came out with Willness, so it would have had to been after Galleon, right? But it was, like, before Vikala got her buffs, even after Nier got her kind of nothing buffs. People were still putting this character below both of those characters, right? And, like, some people, you know, every bottom tier had someone who kind of capes for them, right? Like, obviously, Vikala now, at this point, is a lot better. There are people who possibly, rightfully, maybe, argue that Nier is not even close to, like, a bottom 2 or 1 character or anything like that. But everyone just seems pretty comfortable to just let Ex Djeeta rot in hell here. So, I don't know. I want to just give her a little shot, give her a little try, and see if she feels as as kind of I remember, to be honest with you, but also what I've been hearing. Because I feel like when I first played her, she definitely felt like the weakest of the 3. No doubt about it. We can play Djeeta's theme. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. We can play some Djeeta theme. She definitely felt like the weakest of the 3, but I never got the impression that she was quite so garbage, right? Ooh, go off, white girl, give us nothing? Yeah, she is certainly underpowered, right? I could certainly see, she definitely, whatever trades she made with regular Djeeta were not, like, they were all bad trades, pretty much, right? But there's a part of me that goes, I mean, any character with, like, Djeeta's normals can't be that bad, right? Like, there's, like, that's gotta be, like, that's gotta lower the floor, or raise the floor just a little bit, right? But maybe I'm wrong. Her stocks are fucking weird, man. Again, like, her fireball is worse, by and large, right? Because she can't charge it. Obviously, Djeeta being able to do that and just, like, fireball drive rush behind that shit is one of the better things that, like, almost anyone can do with their fireball, right? The one move wonder is finally getting a hold of it, you know? EX, like, you can say what you want about I think regular Djeeta is actually not quite, I think she's quite decent, right? Certainly, you could argue a little power crept, especially by, like, the best characters in the game. I think you could make that argument for most characters in the game that aren't the best characters in the game. They feel a little bit power crept by, like, the top 13 or whatever the hell, right? But regular Djeeta, I think, is actually pretty good. But where, for example, she has an EX Fireball, EX Djeeta, in exchange, sort of gets the ability to stock up and then, you know, not with a charge, but get a stronger Fireball, but I don't know. Right? Like, her regular Fireball is about the same. I don't think there's really too much difference between her regular Fireball. In fact, it might be exactly the same. Her regular Fireball and Djeeta's regular Fireball, right?
Very good.
Zach, by the way, thank you for the 15.
Incredibly smart.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Very woe to you as well. I think they're exactly the same. They're like, powered up fireballs. EX Djeeta can do this, right? Which, like, hey, you might go, hey, that fireball kind of looks like Djeeta charged fireball, so isn't it just the same shit? Not really. It's actually too fast, right? Like, this is kind of like similar to the nerf that they gave Siegfried when they wanted to make his H fireball a little bit less insane, as they sped it up. If this fireball traveled, like, half the speed, this would actually be very good. Maybe you could do that, but I mean, that does start to kind of lose a little bit of the difference between her and regular Djeeta. Like, this will become like one of them just fireball, drive rush, win neutral type things. As of right now, as it currently stands, it's just too quick, right? And then her U fireball, it's also a little unfortunate. Djeeta does not have a full screen U fireball, right? Maybe you could argue this is actually a worthwhile trade, right? In some ways, in the sense that, like, oh, you know, well, full screen U fireball, especially in like a very zoner heavy meta, that could be super useful, right? That's true. It's not wrong. The one thing though is that Djeeta's U fireball, at least, you know, for not being a full screen fireball. This shit is so good, man. It's like BC safe. It combos on counter hit. Let me show that actually. If I get Djeeta to Brave, I think it's just BC safe even if you do it standing, right? It's just always be like you have to immediate or anything. It's just maybe she won't BC it at all. I'm not sure. But Djeeta, indeed, 60 stream streak. Jesus Christ, man. That's like 3 months or something. Thank you very much, man. Wow, she don't Brave counter that shit apparently. Okay, we can set it up the other way around then. Let's just have 2 regular Djeetas here, and I will record her raging striking. Yeah, it's just always BC safe, right? Because you can't BC, like you can only BC the final hit basically. Like, I'm having her matched Brave counter there, and she only gets it off of the final hit. So it's BC safe. It's a combo on counter hit. It's very nice Oki. Now is having a full screen U fireball instead, is that a worthwhile trade? Maybe. Maybe. Ex Djeeta does not really have her own replacement for this, right? Of course, yeah, her shit, for example, not BC safe. It's nice to have that full screen U fireball, but that U fireball regularly from Djeeta is probably like the best thing she does, maybe? So again, this is the most questionable thing, or most debatable thing, where like possibly it's a worthwhile trade for Ex Djeeta. Everything else tends to go quite downhill, right? So the fireball overall, pretty much worse. The normals are exactly the same for what it's worth. She cannot be outdone by regular Djeeta here. They have the exact same kit of normals, just like EX Gran. EX Narmaya is the only one that has a little bit of a difference there because she's sort of combining both the stance normals from regular Narm, right? And the normals are good. Djeeta's normals are good. They're not necessarily... Why's the... Oh, the frame meter mod broke when they did the bug fix patch, didn't it? Yeah. But you know, I do have some of this memorized. This 2M does have 5 active frames, not a ton of recovery, right? That's why it's also not very minus on hit, as you can see right there. It gets very good reach. It's a very nice stop sign button. Far M is just, you know, nice 8 frame, relatively, well, 8 to 9, yeah. If you hit on the very last bit of the range there will be 9. Howdy, streamer. Hello there. How you doing? Far M's pretty good. Far H is a little weird because it's kind of slow, right? Like it is, again, it's got a lot of active frames. It can be a nice confirm tool for her, stuff like that. It also, this Far H is one of the ones that is like a little bit of a decidedly worse button than Grand as well. Just to compare it, like for Djeeta and EX Djeeta. This Far H is kind of a little bit of a nothing burger. You don't get nearly as much plus frame advantage on even a counter hit as you might want out of this. It's a little slower. The range is not super impressive either, right? But her mediums are both pretty good. Her Far L is also quite solid. Got I think 4 active frames, maybe 5 active frames. Pretty decent stop sign button there too, and pretty good poke as well. Right, it's kind of the white woman Far L right there. So, you know, low hitting 6XM. The frame mod is updated. Yeah, I just forgot to reinstall it, I think. Low hitting 6XM, which is always nice, right? Pretty bog standard 6XH. Big reward on hit or counter hits, but you gotta space it on block to make sure that you stay safe, right? The normals are good. Like her walk speed is pretty good, right? Djeeta's forward walk and back walk are both pretty solid. Dash speed is decent, right? So her 6XL has like a decent bit of reach to it. This is the thing where, like, this is the one part of me that jump normals also, right? Djeeta JU is very nice, right? JL active all the way down. JM's a nice little cross-up button. JU also kind of overshadows it there, though. This is the one thing that always kind of tides me over ever so slightly on EX Djeeta is not actually any of the unique shit that she has. She has Djeeta's, you know, baseline stats. She's got Djeeta's move speed and normals, which are all pretty solid, right? This is kind of where the good shit ends, though, right? Where Djeeta's 5U, I think Djeeta's 5U is actually quite good, right? Even like completely uncharged like this, you can have Djeeta 5U do that, and if you space it out, it's +2, which is really nice, right? From kind of the Grand Blue Zone sort of area that she might be poking from a lot of the time, with like her Far M and shit like that. If you 5U from those ranges, you get plus frames, right? It's a little bit of a turn steal there, and obviously it can also just function as a throw bait. Now, with Djeeta's 5U, regular Djeeta, for it to function as a throw bait, you really need a counter hit. You need level 1, I believe, is when it actually starts just... Yeah, it gives you a straight-up combo on regular hit like this, right? Not an amazing throw bait, by the way. Not an amazing one at 26 frame startup right there. Like, once it's charged, the whole thing is 26 frame startup. So it's not amazing by any chance, but certainly it can catch 2 Ls if you're preemptive enough, and it certainly will beat the shit out of throw a lot of the time. Solid, right? EX Djeeta's 5U is this stock-up thing, right? If you press it normally, she gets 2. If you hold it, she gets 3, and she can't have more than 3. This buffs two of her specials, I believe. The Fireball and this little stab here. Again, the Fireball, like we said, just kind of gets bigger. It does become a two-hitter, right? It does become a two-hitter. So I do believe if she has this up, she does just win kind of a regular Fireball wars like that, right? Like, it does at least keep going all the way. It does slow down for quite a long time. But it can be nice in these kind of situations, right? Potential anti-zoning tool, things like that. Her normals aren't white girl enough. Her normals are honestly pretty solid. She does not have the White Woman sweep, though, just as a regular-ass 2U. Her 2U is fine. 7 frames, right? Decent. Well, for a 7-framer, decent-ish range, right? Certainly not the biggest 2U you've ever seen or anything like that. But the charged Fireball is something, or like the powered-up Fireball, the stocked Fireball is something. Like, it's nice in Fireball Wars. It might be nice in some anti-zoning situations. I could certainly see that. We'll get to the Lariat when we get there, though, right? But, you know, overall, this whole stock mechanic might be worse than this move right here. She does have a replacement for it. She has a replacement for it. Her DP is exactly the same as regular Djeeta's DP. Both of them are cursed with the 12-frame MDP. It's a little bit of a shame. Makes her a little easier to safe jab than someone like Gran or Catalina or something like that. As far as her down special, this is basically just her 5U. Sort of, right? The light version is always plus on block no matter how you space it, which is nice, right? So you get that benefit compared to Djeeta's 5U, which is a little 2 frames faster, uncharged, like that. But you have to actually space it to make it plus. Interesting, they gave EX Narm a new DP, but not EX Djeeta. Yeah. You have to space Djeeta's 5U to make it plus. This one is always plus, though, you know, up close, it's 28 frames, and then further away, it gets significantly slower, right? But you have no... Yeah, you don't have as much of an incentive to really space this, right? So it's just basically 28 frames versus 26 on Djeeta there, or even if you space Djeeta's, it's like 30, right? I think so. It's a little faster sometimes, yeah, 30. A little faster sometimes, a little slower sometimes. Valid, right? It is something of a replacement for at least the sort of level 1, well, level 0 kind of function of Djeeta 5U. Because, of course, unlike level 1 Djeeta 5U, which gives you a combo on regular hit, this does not do that. I don't even remember if it gives you a combo on counter hit. No, it does not. Yeah. So this is kind of where things get a little dicey, right? Again, with level 1 Djeeta 5U, you land that shit even non-counter hit. Counter hit gives you a close H, right? But even non-counter hits, you're getting a close M extension right there. This, you get nothing entirely. Now, on the medium one, I believe... No? I could have sworn on the medium one, if you got a counter hit, you get a close L. Yeah. You get a close L off of that, which is something, I guess. This is like 36 frames, and I believe only on counter hits. Does this work on... No, it works on regular hit, too. Hold up. Let me not be too slanderous. This character can't take any extra slander. She has enough built into her kit already. In a world without BC, it could be a nice special. I mean, if this happens, does this get counter hit BC'd if people BC it? If you do this and the opponent... No, yeah, I mean, if you do this and the opponent spends a BC on it, that's probably pretty solid, right? Same thing as saying, like, oh, well, 6XL isn't that good because of BC as a pressure tool or something. But no. I don't know if BC is necessarily the main problem with this. The fact that it's not counter hit is actually maybe a point you could argue in its favor, right? If your opponent blocks any special move from you that isn't explicitly a BC bait, they will, like, they can BC it, and most of the time, for a lot of them, it's counter hit too, right? So, I mean, I feel like this is, if anything, a point in this move's favor, but it really is, I think, the lack of reward off this light version that feels a little rough, right? The medium version does go high enough that it can even make certain 5L techs and things like that whiff, which is interesting. I think that is, you know, something of, like, potential space for this character to play around in. Because obviously, you know, a lot of people do like to tech with 5L over throw because it's a little safer, and that will catch things like this, but a lot of 5Ls, like, I think we can actually just show it right here, right? If you're already up there, of course, it is timing dependent. But they don't actually reach Ex Djeeta when she's all the way up there. But again, 36 frames. Closest. Like, nearest possible, quickest hit is 36 frames. So, it's a little touch and go, right? It's a little touch and go. The EX version is sort of the best of both worlds here, which is, like, I suppose what they were going for. It's 26 frames startup, and you actually get, I believe, a close M. I don't think you get a close H off of this, right? Yeah. You get a close M off of this. So this one probably is decidedly better than Djeeta's 5U, right? Of course, except for the fact that this has a cooldown associated with it, and EX Djeeta's does not. And also it doesn't, I mean, in the cases where you could get to like level 3 or something, this doesn't have that in the bag for you either, right? But this probably compares a lot more favorably. Again, though, it is an EX special, right? So it is one of those things where if this one gets BC'd, you actually might be a little sad, right? Just a little bit, because now you have to wait on that, and you can't just run in and do it for pressure again. If the light ones get BC'd, I mean, who cares, right? You're gonna 6XL me, I'm gonna BC you back, and then I can run in and throw bait you immediately. Whereas in this case, you know, if she did this and then like 6XL'd me, right? Like if she did this shit, 6XL'd me, I BC'd her back, I could immediately try to go for the throw bait again, unless I'd already done the EX version. So, right? I don't hate this move. That's really funny. I did not know that that's how that works. I mean, not that anyone should ever be doing this, but it is interesting to learn that if someone accidentally BCs this, they die. This does lead to a full combo as well, which is cool. Not really a meaningful thing, but it is funny to know that it does that. But yeah, the U version, by the way, is a combo tool. Right? This is not a DP. Her UDP is just her UDP like that. This U version is a combo tool. I think, so obviously it does that, but I think what this is supposed to do mostly is, what is it, can't you do, or no, it's the fireball, right? It's off the fireball, you can combo off into this in the mid screen. Yeah, it has a little vacuum effect there. You're supposed to be able to go like boom, boom, and then like potentially loop it even. Like it's because I think that the vision for Ex Djeeta was like, oh, it's, you know, it's Djeeta, but we gave her better mid screen, and we like made her pay for that in a lot of different ways, right? And like I suppose, like I guess, but the problem with this, right? Even if that was the intention, it feels like the problem with this is that like she only gets this off of her auto combo, right? Like you can't go boom boom into this, and Djeeta is one of these like pokey like far normal mid-range type characters, right? Very nice 2M, very nice far M, pretty nice far L, and I can't, like, you know, off of these, I'm like worse than regular Djeeta, right? Neither of us is gonna do that much damage here, but like off of my far M, I'm doing like that, or maybe I guess I'm doing the fireball instead, right? But like, you know, even regular Djeeta, for what it's worth, like she can at least get a lot of corner carry off of this, right? And if she's close enough to the corner, like if we're like here-ish, I think. And not quite, a little bit closer. But yeah, like if she's close enough to the corner off of her Rekka, it is, you know, it can at least function a little bit like a combo starter. I guess maybe Ex Djeeta could do that too with her little lariat, but off her far normals, even with her stocks, her mid-range is by and large worse than regular Djeeta's, which feels like a little bit of an oversight, right? If that is what this character is supposed to be, because that is really the only place that where I can see that Ex Djeeta has something over Djeeta, realistically, is that like, you know, in this situation, Djeeta cannot get this kind of damage, right? Like Djeeta cannot off an auto combo into anything, even if you give her a bunch of meter to spend, right? Unless, oh yeah, you can't do it raw. I was hoping maybe, but no. Even if you give her a bunch of meter to spend, right? Like Ex Djeeta cannot get this kind of damage off of an auto combo into anything. So this seems to be the only place that Ex Djeeta has anything at all over regular Djeeta, and I don't know. They just didn't go far enough with it, I guess, right? It's an interesting special. Notably, by the way, I forget actually, what is this shit on? Don't do that. What is this shit on block? This shit is -6 on block. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe going a little, like, maybe making that vacuum. I don't know if it would look really stupid or something like that. But maybe, like, if this shit, like, could genuinely work off of far M or something like that. Like, if we could do this and then vacuum them all the way in. Maybe that'll lead to unintended consequences, but it feels a little sad she doesn't get too much off her far M, right? The final special. The Ex Djeeta has a cool idea. It feels like we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit to fix her up. Yeah, I think they just didn't. They went a little too. They were a little too careful with her, right? This is ignoring the fact, by the way, that, you know, one obvious drawback that Ex Djeeta is gonna have over regular Djeeta is that, you know, even to do the shit where she outshines Djeeta, like even to do this, I need to stock up, right? Like I am a stock character to do this, so it's not like I'm just doing it for free either. I know there's been a lot of mid-screen creep in this game, and like certainly there's a lot of characters that get more than that for free. Maybe even with fewer drawbacks, right? But even if you want to argue that maybe those characters, the problem is those characters shouldn't get that much instead of Ex Djeeta should be just like them, I feel like she at least needs to do, she has to be a little bit better off considering the fact that she is a stock character, right? She needs to get a resource up to get this going. This thrust, man, by the way, this is a hit confirm tool and a launcher for the corner as well. This feels like maybe we could do a lot with this special, honestly. Because, like, I see what they're going with the fireball, and there are pros and cons there, right? And, like, the stocked up fireball is interesting, right? I could see some, like, slight tweaks making that a lot more interesting. The throw bait, I think, is at the very least, like, you can talk about it, right? It's something. Like, there's arguments here, again, like, this technically is probably just straight better than most of what regular Djeeta has, right? And it opens up the 5U to be something a little bit more unique, sure. But this thrust really does feel like they just kind of ran out of ideas here. It's a hit confirm tool, right? It's 16 frames, so that means it works even, I believe it works even off her far L from, like, most ranges. I don't think this can even, yeah, this is always 16. So, like, I think even if I do this and I, like, punish an extended her box, it still hits, right? Which is nice. It's like, in that sense, that's cool, I guess, right? Like, I do like that it is a pretty, like, a relatively consistent hit confirming tool, right? Obviously, at max range on some of these extended her boxes, it's not going to be as good, which, I mean, probably baseline should be fixed up a little bit, right? The EX one doesn't even reach in places where the medium one does, which is interesting. But, like, it just doesn't do a whole lot outside of that. I mean, the U version's a combo ender, right? Boom, 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 boom. She beats your ass kind of like in her SBA, and then gets a safe jump, right? I think it's a little too much for... That's about right. She's like +7, right? Arm flow spending stocks is a character nerf. You know, with stock, all this does is become better in the corner. Maybe this is something. With stock, all this does is become better in the corner. It will be interesting if this was better in the mid. Maybe this is how we make Djeeta into our Ex Djeeta into our, like, slightly more mid-screen focused regular Djeeta. Is like, if this could do anything with stock and mid-screen, because what this does is in the corner normally, you know, like if I do this, you know what I mean? I don't get close H right here. If I want to combo, I have to get close M. If I have a stock up, then I get close H, right? Which is nice. I mean, that's a lot more damage, certainly, right? And I think you can even do some shit like this, right? Combo into that. It's something, right? But, like, I feel like this needs to, if I have the stock up, I mean, let this do something besides, if anything, giving me worse Oki in the mid screen a lot of the time, right? It'd be funny if it wall bounced in the mid screen. I mean, I don't know if I want to just give her a wall bounce for free off an EX. Even the DLC character, they didn't deign to give that to right away, right? Ilsa has that, but on her charged H laser, so. Maybe Oki or even a U skill conversion. Yeah, like if this maybe popped them, like, more vertically. Like, it would be interesting if this popped, if with stock, this, like, launched them up vertically so I could link into this, maybe? That could be interesting, right? Then it would still be an airborne combo, so it wouldn't, like, spiral out of control or anything like that. But maybe I could go, like, you know, far M, boom, and then if I had the meter, I could get a raw 2-2U conversion and go from there. Eh? And make it like Grex and let her cancel the thrust into other specials, possibly? Maybe, but I think I like that being, like, EX Grant's thing. You know what I mean? Anila gets a wall bounce off an M skill. You're talking about the sheepy, right? Where is it? I assume you're talking about this guy, right? She doesn't. Now, you might be thinking of on counter hit, and even then, I think you might be thinking of on counter hit in the corner. But Anila does not get a wall bounce off an M skill, no. She gets a wall bounce in the corner off a medium skill on counter hit. That is pretty common. Maybe even on regular hits? Yeah. That's nice, but this is also a 27 frame move, right? This is not the same thing. Mid-screen wall, but the only, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the only mid-screen, there's two of them. There's two of them. The only mid-screen wall bounces that aren't off of a U skill, I think, are Ilsa's charged heavy laser. What, no bullets? No bitches? Ilsa's charged heavy laser is a mid-screen wall bounce, right? And then I think the only other one, doesn't Sandalphon have one? The 214, his 214 HU isn't really a wall bounce in the sense that you can do anything off of it, right? Like, he does have it, but it's kind of like wall bounce, comma, not really. I mean, I guess you can do this, which is nice, right? But it's not a wall bounce like Ilsa's where it, like, sends the opponent back to you and you can, like, start a whole fucking combo off of it, right? Which is what, for example, that's like Sandalphon's 214U wall bounce does that, right? Like, Ilsa's charged H laser is, I think, The only one that happens in like a in like a normal way where it can combo. Sora's in install. I mean the 214MM. Hold up. Does it send them back to you and start a combo? Because I am a little talking about this. That's true. And she does get, doesn't she get like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I forgot about this. That's a good point. But I mean, again, this is like a 40, like this is kind of similar to this. It's a lot, this is an EX skill, so this is worse than that. This is like 40 frames or some shit where she has to like be on the sheep, hop off the sheep, and you have to get hit by it raw like that. This probably is not hitting you much outside of the corner, but you know, if it does, you do die. That's fair. That's fair. I think Sora's is in fucking diaper mode. I'm pretty sure he gets a wall bounce on the second hit of his, like on the like little aura kick on the medium. But I don't think you can do anything with it, right? I don't think. Oh no, you can. There you go. Yeah. Sora's can do that in, but this has to be a counter hit, and it has to be the second hit like that, right? You have to whiff the first bit. So it's a little cursed. Oh, you can't combo into that. Yeah. And then, I mean, Ladiva 66H maybe? But regardless, they are pretty careful with those. I mean, maybe it'll be an interesting thing to give to Ex Djeeta, but I just wanted to be able to do, I don't know, fucking something with it, man. Right? So please explain how Ex Djeeta is bottom one. I don't get it. I mean, I don't know if she is, but also, I mean, I don't know. That's what we're gonna be. We're gonna play her a little bit and try to figure her out. We're just kind of talking about her first before we get there. Do not call it that. Diaper mode? He goes diaper mode on him. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of potentially interesting space with this move to not just be like the world's most vanilla lariat ever. Like, at least with the stocks, make it do something. Like, it's not like this thing has a ton of range, right? Even the medium version, which is slower, trades speed for range, still doesn't go that far, right? Like, it doesn't really do any. It's not like it's that good in the corner. Like, certainly it's nice to get that, you know? Like, it's not like, I'm not going to tell you that's, like, ass to get a close H off your launcher, but oh, ew, do not call that at all. He's going diaper mode, man. But like, this is just like, it's so nothing, right? Like, even if you're not gonna make this good, at least make it saucy, right? Isn't it always punishable on block too? I don't think you can space it out to be safe. No, like, I mean, maybe right there. -6 from there is pretty safe. Yeah, -6. The EX one might always be... The EX one, I think, always leaves you dead, right? Yeah, because it just sent... Like, if it's going to hit, it'll either whiff entirely, which kills you, obviously, but if it hits, then, yeah, it just kind of embeds you in that range where you're going to get killed by the -8, so... Her 214X special is -6 regardless of spacing. No, the H version is -8, actually. But again, it's not about just the frames, right? -6 here is a lot worse than -6, like, here, right? -6 here is... Basic, I don't think anyone can punish this, realistically, but... Moves is kind of fried. What else can the generic sword charge do? See me on 22X, though? I mean, the generic sword charge could lead to conversions in the mid-screen with a stock up or something. Like, give it some sort of interesting hit This is... Hell, fucking... I don't know, man. Even on counter hit, this does nothing. Like, I have to get a stock up and then get a counter hit, and it still doesn't do anything? Like, I think it's very valid that this could maybe, you know, maybe I go boom, boom, and then I can fucking 2-2 you after this shit or something, right? Maybe on stock you give this, like, some special effect that isn't just, like, hit stun or knockback or anything like that. Maybe it does, I don't know, something, right? You can, but it's a little finicky to space, yeah. It's just such a boring move. Could I have a ground bounce? Maybe, man, right? I'll fucking, like, there's like a world of things that this could do, and it just does none of them, right? I don't know. Let me charge it, right? Let me charge it, and if I fully charge it, it's plus on block or something like that, right? Or maybe if I fully charge it, it's like a bigger hit or something, which I know that gives people Siegfried PTSD. But let me like just give it. There are so many things that you could do with just advancing forward strike, and they did none of them here, right? They did absolutely none of them. Like, as sauceless as you can talk about regular Djeeta being as sauceless as you want, but like, even just from not a strength perspective, just from a kind of fun perspective, her Rekka, at least, you can like stop short like that and start a combo, right? Obviously, you used to be able to get the whole thing and then do a combo, right? That's at least something. That, you know, that at least feels kind of fun to do, is for her to go fucking who's your captain and like stop the question short, because she has an identity crisis now, right? It's something. Consider this advancing forward strike that returns you to the neutral. I mean, even if you, I don't know, man, if you're gonna return me to the neutral, do it in like a cool way. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot that could be done with it, and just nothing was, right? Old Rekka was so broken, and they gave it to everyone. Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, reminder that, like, they immediately gave it to Cat. Yes, but reminder, again, the different... People say this a lot, and I feel like they're mistaking one thing. Even completely pre-nerf Catalina did have to spend 50 meter to do what a lot of the times Djeeta was doing for 0. Like, better. She does a little better than Djeeta used to do it, right? Cat would actually get full-on 100% of the screen corner carry, whereas Djeeta would often get, like, 75, 80, closer to 100 if she got the 6XL to start with. But Djeeta was doing it for an EX special, right? Like, Catalina was doing it for 50 meter, sometimes 100 meter, right? So again, we can, there has been a lot of mid-screen creep, but certainly I think it's a little disingenuous to say, like, oh, they just gave Djeeta corner carry to everyone. That's not what happened. Now, they gave it to some characters, but, well, it's like Versuja, right? Versuja is probably the character that has Djeeta's, like, if you want to think, Versuja's probably a little better at it even, but she needs a stock to do it. Versuja is probably the character closest to having Djeeta's pre-nerf corner carry, right? They could probably revert Djeeta's Rekka nerf, and she'd just be in line with the rest of the cast now. I mean, Djeeta's, it was not the only nerf that she got in that patch either, right? But Zeta, true, Zeta. That's fair. Actually, I don't know how many characters can go from mid-screen to corner with 0 meter. I mean, depends on what you mean by mid-screen. If you're talking about, like, here, like, grand, like, most characters can do it, right? But the different, like, again, off, like, a combo starter, I mean, we can even see right now, like, I'm pretty sure if you had done some shit like this, right? Like, this was pretty close to a wall bounce on old Djeeta. Yeah, pretty close, right? Like, if you were, like, a couple steps further, that would have been a corner combo, too, and that's, like, damn, that's, like, 75% of the screen, right? So, depends on what you mean by mid-screen. Right? Certainly, like, a lot of characters, we tested this, a lot of characters can go from back to the wall to the other corner with, like, 100 meter. But if you, like, over here, this is not really too impressive anymore, but I don't think it really wasn't, like, ever that impressive, right? And Rekka Raw gets you there, mostly. Djeeta's mom stole her corner carry, yeah. Let's say square in the mid-screen at best. Yeah, I mean, that's not too impressive, right? And certainly, like, old Djeeta could do that, like we can almost do it with the new Rekka, yeah, right? We can almost do it without the last hit on her. So that's not even good corner carry, really. Now maybe you could argue that means the stages are too small, but it's a bit of a different. It is a different thing, right? Stock 2 on 4H could, like, pierce through the opponent as they're flying and juggle, kind of like Lancelot mid-screen combos. Maybe. I think this move probably has the most design space, is because it does nothing. Right? Like, this is a throw bait, and it's plus on block, and it leads to some combos sometimes, right? This thing can be good in Fireball Wars, potentially, and, like, nice as an anti-zoning tool and stuff like that. They just didn't do... They put nothing on this move. So I feel like if we're gonna do anything for her, I feel like the obvious starting point is let the Rekka, or not the Rekka, let the Lariat do fucking something, I guess, right? It's just so sad, as it currently is. It does absolutely nothing. You think Aurum Flow is how it is because of stock Regenlave? Stock Regenlave is pretty solid, right? Like, stock Regenlave is pretty solid. I don't know if stock Regenlave is, like, that good, right? Like, is it maybe the best thing this character does? Possibly, right? But this is, like, worse than Djeeta just being able to charge her Fireball, for example, right? Like, this shit is way better because I can drive rush after it. You know what I mean? Like, charge Fireball is significantly better than, like, anything that Ex Djeeta is doing with her shit. So I don't know if we need to be, like, too hesitant with it, right? Like, certainly this is nice in, like, again, anti-zoning context, like a Fireball War context or something like that, but I don't know if I have a problem with Aurum Flow itself, by the way. Like, I don't think she, like, the way she gets her stocks doesn't bother me at all. It's just she, like, doesn't have anything too good to spend them on. You know what I mean? They gave Djeeta nothing for free? What do you mean by this? I genuinely don't understand the sentence, I fear. But yeah, this move is a little disappointing, I think. Like, I would argue it's a joke, please laugh. No, I don't even know what it was in reference to. Probably probably this, right, is what you're betting on. But yeah, that move to me, actually, the more I think about it, feels like the crux of, like, if this move did something, like, something cooler, no, without stock, and then something way cooler with stock, I feel like we could actually start talking a little bit, right? But well, let's actually, I don't remember any combos with her ass, but let's just start playing her and see how it feels, man. Let's just play the character and see how ass she feels in practice, right? Does damage equals cool? I mean, it's cooler, right? Like, this doesn't even do damage right now. Like, if you wanted to just say, you know, if you wanted to just make this lead into a combo to make it do more damage, then it's something. But let it do 9 stock Percy damage, bro. Let it do half of 1 stock Percy damage first. Damage can be cool, yeah. I don't know if, like, clearly they don't want Ex Djeeta to be like she doesn't want, they don't want her to be Vasaraga, right? And she obviously shouldn't be. But like, it seems like the idea is that she traded a lot from regular Djeeta for mid screen, and it's like, well, where's the mid screen, man? No one should be Vasaraga, not even Vasaraga. I feel like Vasaraga should be like, Vasaraga. I feel like my problem with Vasaraga is not him being Vasaraga. It's the parts where he's not Vasaraga enough. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm actually pretty okay with Vasaraga being Vasaraga, but the problem is, in neutral, he isn't Vasaraga. In neutral, he's like Catalina. You know what I mean? Like, Vasaraga should also be Vasaraga in neutral, which should be a downside in that case. You understand? Oh, I killed myself there. He just didn't get punished for it. Now you're spitting? Like, genuinely, though. Like, I actually don't have any problem with Vasaraga ripping people in half when he gets a hit. It's just, it's way too easy for him to get said hits, right? He should be significantly weaker in neutral, and probably even significantly weaker on defense, right? But when if Vasaraga gets you in the corner and counter hits your ass, absolutely you should disappear. Ah! Okay, my bad. Did not have quite the plus frames that I thought off my charge fireball. Or stocked fireball, I suppose. Full screen U fireball, it's something. But it's sustenance. Oh, nice. Too much fireball relevance with him? Yeah. He's nowhere near EX Narm mid-screen power? I mean, that's a bit of an unfair comparison, because, like, Near and Blade level 5 Lucilius, I think, are the only 2 characters, if talking damage anyway, who are even in the, like, who are comparable at all to EX Narmaya, right? Beep bop. Now, they're both better than her, but, you know, when you take in the fact that Lucy has to get to BL5 and Near has to be Near to, like, it sort of rounds out a bit, right? Check this out. Uh-oh, I've been baited. He did not want to check this out. Like, the bar is not EX Narmaya, right? Ow. Ow. Also, you can compare everything EX Narm lost to get mid-screen? Sure, but at least it feels to me like it's like, you know, like at least EX Narm gets to be like the highest damage character in the game, like meterless. Or like, it feels like something, at least, you know? Like, that is still a valid... Like, that is a valid trade-off. Maybe it makes the character worse overall, sure, but at least gives her, like, an identity, you know? That would be more punishable. Her shit's faster than mine. Unfortunate for a guy like me. You know? No stocks, so I must suffer. How does this work with stars? Oh, well, I'll never get to find out, 'cause it's triple star on screen. They changed Vicky 2M. Why does it feel so busted now? They made it more safe, right? You can throw it out a little bit more recklessly and be okay. This is my EX Djeeta rewards. This is what I get for playing EX Djeeta, is this, which, I mean, is, alright, I guess. If you ignore the fact, if you ignore how many U skills I did to do that, and the fact that it had to be off an auto combo. Oh. Uh-huh. Fair, I did 2M into 2M. What is EX Djeeta's identity? Losing? Again, it seems like they want it to be, like, Djeeta with better mid-screen reward, but they just didn't quite do enough of that, it feels like. I mean, there's something, right? Like, Charge Reaganlev, right? Like, Charge Reaganlev is probably the best thing that this character does. Like, that was nice, right? Like that, you know, that's a little out that she has in that situation that, like, a lot of characters don't. It's a decent little anti-zoning option, for sure. Ow, ow. Like, I think, you know, We can cloud on the character all we want, but that is nice at least. Like, again, I don't think I'm too... I do still think that it's not as good as, like, Ex Djeeta. It's not as good as, like, Djeeta's charge fireball, but to be fair, very few things are, right? I don't think that's it being weak. I think that's Ex Djeeta, or, again, Djeeta charge fireball being very strong. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, they didn't punish me. Don't ask questions about what just happened. I mean, Dormouse is still not the strongest special in the world, certainly. Can't normal Djeeta do that with charge, medium, fireball, stockless? Into 2-2U? Or into like 2-1-4U? I don't think. Can she? We can go check that. I know they changed. Isn't Djeeta's mid-screen already solid? Her mid-screen damage is quite low, actually. It's, right? Her mid-screen damage is certainly quite low, I would say. Is how I would describe it for regular Djeeta. Like, it's not blowing anyone away. Her carry is solid, right? Her corner carry is solid. But her damage is certainly not, like, I mean, on the lower end of the cast by quite a while. Especially these days, now that a lot of characters just got better mid-screen combos. You beating the Vicky projectile, that's what I was referring to? Oh, yeah, sure. But I mean, once she's stocked up, she doesn't have to charge, right? It comes out a lot quicker. And again, do not, like, I did say, I don't think this is as good as Djeeta's charge fireball, but Djeeta's charge fireball is one of the better projectiles in the entire game, right? So, again, if it's not as good as Djeeta charge fireball, that's not really, right? That's not really a knock on it. I think a lot of people underrate just how good Djeeta charge fireball is. You say Ex Djeeta is meter efficient? I don't. I mean, in the sense that, I mean, not really. When you say meter efficient, do you mean that she doesn't need to spend her, like, I mean, everyone's using her U skills are the best shit she can do by and large, right? So the stocks can help her oh, yeah, it doesn't beat that. Gotcha. Maybe I need to EX. I wonder what the EX charge, or if the EX stock fireball would have won there. Possibly. No, man. How many stars do you have? Easy as peasy. Got baited again. The super jump keeps kicking my ass. I didn't have my Rekka. Good games. I didn't have my Rekka. Oh! Oh, that's bad. I think Ex Djeeta is the only EX with different supers, and for her, it's probably bad. She does have like a shorter, and like the lunge at the beginning is like weird a little bit, right? They should be anti-airing this Vicola on round start, probably. Okay. I did mash on wake up, it's true. I did figure they were gonna go for some fuck shit. Can she fit some raw ult skills in her combos? Yeah. Ow, I mashed on wake up again. I keep thinking she's gonna do something a little cheekier, it just didn't happen. She can, yeah. That's like her prime. Again, the only thing she has over regular Djeeta is off her auto combo. She can do this, right? Beat, bop, boop. So I mean, that, you know, that is something. I mean, again, certainly regular Djeeta can't do anywhere near this much damage, unless she's including like raging strikes. You have to spend like brave points to get this kind of shit, right? If you can spend a brave point and do that, but that's a much heavier cost than, like, a brave point and 25 meter is a lot more than just 50. Or 25 even in that case, but. I also got Vicky level 155, got 30 levels left. She feels pretty fun so far. Yeah, I'd say so. Hello, Flugel. Yeah, I do love the anti-zoning capabilities and the fireball war winning capabilities on the charge Reagan left, right? I think it's fairly strong. Ow. Yeah, I wish I could get... Can I get an extension off of that? I don't think so, right? Grand is trying to kill me, as most Grands usually are. I assumed he would do some shit on wake up like that. Uh-oh. No, sir. Full screen U fireball is also nice, right? That is, again, oh, Jesus. That is, again, something that regular Djeeta does not get to have, but... Ow. Oh, it wasn't punishable, huh? That's horrible news for a guy like me. I'm dead. You know, I just mashed SBA in case he left a gap there accidentally, and guess what? It worked splendidly. Hey, Brick, what are some tips for a new Willness? Patience. Number one, don't try to rush into... If you can get in on someone and hit them, you're going to win anyways. If you can't get in on someone and hit them, don't worry about it. You shit damage out as a job. If you have to block for like a few seconds to get in on someone, it's okay. If you have to take some chip damage for a little bit to get in on someone, it's okay. As soon as you hit them, the health bars are going to equalize. Believe in your damage and don't be afraid to wait for your moment. On Wings of Darkness, that is true. That is fucking true. What's up, Kosek? Oh, fuck, I looked away. I thought he was close enough for a throw. He was not. Should be dead. I'm not dead. Sure. Okay, I do keep mashing on Wake Up, it's true. How's 22X feeling compared to Djeeta 5U? I am, you know what? Should be trying to use it a little bit more, probably. I'm not using it a ton as of right now. Well, it doesn't work against DPs, certainly, but neither does Djeeta 5U, for what it's worth. Sure. Oh, back throw. Sure. I feel like I can't really scare this Gran off too much, though. There's one certain vibe that I'm getting. I have, like, the damage to keep him in line when I counter hit him with something in the mid-screen, you know? No, sir. What the fuck? Jump beats that, huh? That's good to know. That's certainly, I mean, it's an interesting thing to jump on Wake Up like that regardless, but interesting to know that I do lose to that shit. Well, Granule. That's not a conversion. Oh, I'm dead again. Never mind. He doesn't punish those, which is great news for a guy like me. Alright, just keep it simple, man. I don't fucking know what I'm doing, so let's just kill him. Her ult fireball's kind of nice, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty generic, just full screen U fireball, but that is a nice thing to have. Best advice, W? Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't quite, even the charge one. It's 2 hits, so it will still lose to a regular EX fireball like that. That makes sense to a guy like me. Beep, bop, boop. I mean, here we go. I got a close H here. Hooray, I guess. Okay, wait. Oh, I mean, we caught the airborne hit that time, but she just doesn't get reward off of it if you do that. It's a little unfortunate. That feels like you could maybe do that. Like the effect on... I mean, I don't know. People aren't going to be jumping on Wake Up that commonly, but I feel like that could be something. Or reward on getting an airborne hit on that's probably a little better. Remember we're getting Season 3 with Gold Silius. Who started... When you say there is a rumor, do you mean that one guy said it? Or do you mean I want it to be true? Is that code for I hope we get Gold Silius in Season 3? Because I don't think there's a rumor with that right now. Both? I see. Yes. There's a rumor that Goku is the next DLC and Ogre Cap is right after him. I'm pretty hyped about that. I've been shimmied. Wait, he's the world greatest. Out. Season 3 should add Uma Musume. Just one. Cowards. Beep, bop, boop. Honestly, man. Oh, wait, I have SSBA. What am I doing? I was gonna say give me your brave point, but definitely should have SSBA. Get mobbed. Get walled, even. He's gotten a lot more blocky recently. Chicken blocky. Oh, Jesus. Grand 2U. Grappler Pasa for the win? They're the rumor. That's what I'm saying. Off the stock Orm in the corner. You can raw 2-2U. Same goes for corner no stock Regenlave. That's good to know. That's something. Oh, he tried to 2H and 2M'd there accidentally, I think. Okay. Interesting. Certainly. We take those. Almost. Dispatch is mine. You want to get the last copy at my local GameStop? Had a feeling something like that might be coming. Can I get raw super off of this? Nope. Would have been cool though. I'm desperately searching for the location of sauce, man. Easy peasy, as they say. Easy as peasy, possibly, even. If Reagan is used to juggle. Yeah. The same. You're saying the same way you can get in the mid-screen, right? Or are you saying, like, I can go boom, boom, this? That's interesting. Do I get close H off of that, per chance? Per chance to dream? That'd be nice. No. Sauce was found? Maybe I should get close H off of that. I don't know, man. Wow, Brick, you're absolutely glowing. I do have some natural sunlight coming in. It feels good. Maybe 2H? That wouldn't be raw anymore. Also, 2H is like, if you talk about after the 2-2U, 2H is way slower than close H, so. If close H didn't work, 2H certainly won't either. Okay. Oh, she minus, I thought it was -8 there. Maybe we got the 9 frame hitbox on her shit. Haha. Okay. Stock up. Believe in the stocks. That's fair. I do be jumping a lot. Beep. Bop. Probably should be just using the light one or something there, but... Oh, shit. My streamer touch grass? Oh, just a little bit. You do a little grass touching every now and then. That's fake. You're lying to me. That's also fake. Stop being a liar. Wait. Oh, right, it's low. I actually fucking forgot about that move. Close M off of corner 2-2U. Close M off of corner 2-2U? Oh, yeah. I know, I was wondering if I get a close H, and the answer is no. I'm saying maybe I should. Maybe that would be cool if the character got that. They love using that a lot, despite how punishable it is. Beep. That doesn't work like that. Good to know. Cool. Ah! Sex kicked. Sure. I didn't realize they were still in throw range there, but I guess that's that good old dash. Momentum! I did mash on their close H. How did you know? Are they really not going to do anything here? I'm flabbergasted. I was so certain with how they were going that they were just going to be, oh, fuck, my super whiffed. I'm coming. But no, they were not coming. Zvira's running a gaslighting-based game plan, and I was gaslit. How do you know that Ex Djeeta is not bad in comparison to Deathless Near? I mean, so real and so true, I suppose. Okay, her 6XM happened a little earlier than mine. You wouldn't command grab a guy, would you? Glasses, even? Feel highly Granblue zones. Ow. Feel ever so slightly outranged, even. Yeah, this is the best I can do, man. This is the best I can fucking do. Now that you're playing 2-1-4-H does feel really underbaked. It doesn't do anything. They forgot to put the do something sauce on the move. Hope I'm getting walked into the corner by far M. I mean, this does seem very effective against this Zvira, for what it's worth. Missed my 6XL, or 6XL rather. It's not close M. Fuck, man. Okay. Luckily, they were very ambitious there, so they're dead. Deathless Near or Gaugeless 2B, who would win? Gaugeless 2B is like 15 times as good as Deathless Near, maybe. Could feel the far M's into my soul. Her far M is just mine, but better. How's this fair? Yeah. Vera, yeah moment. Oh. Ow. Oh, I didn't have a U skill. I thought I did. I saw her meter and thought it was my meter. This is pretty bad. I'd say this is a pretty hard round to win from here. I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead, but I'm dead. I'm not dead. You know what? They've always swung into that afterwards. They actually learned. But consider no 6XL. Who the fuck needs 6XL when you're playing 2B, man? 2B has no 6XL even with Gauge. Who gives a shit? Oh, damn. Actually got mogged by that. Thought I would be able to catch them on the landing there. Not the case. Yeah. I'm overestimating the range of my shit consistently. No. That's not a combo. I don't know what I'm doing there, but that's not correct. Certainly. Beep, bop, boop. 1, 2. I mean, this is kind of cool, I guess. And then presumably we can do some shit like this, stock back up, and then we're chilling. Okay. Beep, bop. I mean, worked. Unk has been checked, it's true. Zvira is actually gaslighting. I do wonder what you mean by that a little bit, but yeah, I just, you know, I do desire for Ex Djeeta's 214 to do something even remotely interesting. I think he just got vacuum hands into that throw. What the fuck? As soon as I saw where she was, I figured I got shimmied. That wasn't even a rollback. That was just, apparently she was in range. Sure. Beep. I mean, again, this is something, I guess. I just wish I could do it off of things that aren't an auto combo starter. She keeps doing that, and I didn't catch her that one time. She's unfuckwittable. She cannot be conditioned off of that. Or they don't do quite enough damage when I catch her with it to make her scared to do it. Okay, short. Die. It's making a new system mechanic, a 6-6U that costs 100 meter and makes the character T-pose for a single frame. Fun. Side note, I sat down and finished Relink's story. Now we wait. The guy thinks the game ends with the story.
Incredibly smart.
You just started the fucking game, man. Go finish proud mode.
Very good on.
Also, Ash and Suki, thank you for the synchronized subscription. What the fuck? Much appreciated. We need 4-4L as a new mechanic. Finally, the defensive mechanics we need in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Okay. Oh, not quite what I thought it was going to do there. It's fine. Beep. You say sorry, not sorry, not sorry. Oh, I 2H'd. I thought I close H'd. My bad. No, man, get away from me, maybe? You considered? Oh, my 2-1. Maybe that shit could be like safer with a stock. I'm getting zoned. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's fair. You do a 4-4L and get a gigantic Michael sword, you know, for defense, yeah. I mean, for Ragnarok, we stay grinding Zeta on top. There is no story in Ragnarok. I'm saying, like, if you're like, I finished the story, now we wait for Ragnarok, I'm like, bro, Ragnarok's gonna be, like, end game content. You gotta, like, finish the rest of the game to be ready for, like, you know what I mean? I assume, anyway. I assume Ragnarok's gonna be mostly end game content. I would think. Gotta fight install Vera now, huh? Not my favorite, personally. Ow. Oh, she blocked that! I would not have... That, you know what? Shout out. They didn't catch me. I think this Djeeta did gaslight me into thinking they were just, like... basically just holding forward on my ass, and that is not quite what's happening. I have been conditioned. I've been conditioned. I actually fucking racially profiled them, and and I deserve to lose for that. How they played in the first game, I just assumed they were literally just a like forward, hold forward, W key all the time kind of individual, and it's just not true. It's not true. And even when my ignorance was proven to be ignorance, I still continued to cling on to my racist anti-Vera ideals. Yo, Brick, thoughts on fajita vegetables? Can I be real with you? I don't really fuck with it. Like, I understand that the fajita sizzle and everyone loves it and shit like that. I don't know if it's just my fucking carbs, my carb-loaded mind or what, but I'd rather just have it in like a fucking sandwich or something. I'd rather just have it in like a burrito, you know. Understand now why I said they gaslighted you? Oh, so you were just like, you're way ahead of the fucking curve. My bad. I didn't realize you were already, like, you had already analyzed the mistakes I was making in the set. They've been an acquired taste for me? I don't dislike them, by the way. I think they're tasty. But... Ow, ow. Also, what is this person's name? Am I gonna get fucking my IP docs just by fighting them? Why does their name include a string of like 17 characters? You can make a composite Grand Djeeta. What skills, unique, and base movesets would you give them? You would like give Grand Djeeta EX Fireball and stop there, I think. Probably. Like, assuming you're just trying to make them as strong as possible. You would like swap Gran Fireball for Djeeta Fireball and probably keep... Gran has a better DP. Gran has Boot is probably better than Djeeta's Lariat baseline. His 5U is probably better than hers. I think that one's actually a way more of a toss-up than people give it credit for. But it is probably a little better on Gran. Uh oh. Never mind, not oh. Are we counting the normals? Honestly, kind of. Most of Gran's normals are better than most of Djeeta's normals as well, I think. I think. Eh? His far M is better, his far H is better, the 2M are just different buttons, so it's a little bit hard to cite. You give him Djeeta far L. His 2U is certainly better. The air buttons are probably, they come out roughly in the wash. Maybe Gran JH is a little better. Normals too. I mean, Djeeta has the better. This is just a question. I'm not jumping. This is just a question of like who has the better what, right? Djeeta has a better far L. Gran has a better far M. The 2M, I mean, if we're keeping most of Gran's shit, we still probably want the 2M in that case. Gran has a better far H. Gran has a better 2U. Gran has a better DP. Djeeta has a Djeeta's Fireball is just like 100 times better than Gran is the main difference between the two characters. By and large. Like, Gran has better everything, and Djeeta's Fireball is, like, genuinely orders of magnitude stronger than Gran's. And then they called it even. Which is maybe honestly fair. I don't know if I, like, now that, like, because thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know that I think that Gran is, like, significantly better than Djeeta or anything like that. I mean, a little bit, but not like a ton. And really, the only thing Djeeta has over him is a better Fireball. Basically, switch Djeeta's Fireball, make the rest Gran. Yeah, I think that character would be really good, by the way. You just gave Gran, like, Siegfried H Fireball if he charges it. Gran's 2U is low-key so cracked. That shit's just crazy, man, yeah. There's nothing low-key about it. Gran's 2U is just is an awesome button. Like, in, like, the old sense of the word. In, like, awe, like, it inspires awe, fear in me. Does Gran M Fireball eat Djeeta's? Not the charged one, I don't think. We can test, though. Actually, not sure. I think Gran's M Fireball takes away one hit of a Fireball. So it'll beat, like, light Fireballs and medium Fireballs. That's awesome for Ladiva. I love that that's how that works for her. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind, I'm not dead. They didn't have a meter to convert it. What a clash. Yep. The U Lariat is 6/6H attack level, so, like, almost never clashes with anything, but... You need to confirm Warrant to 2-2U mid-screen, one of the only good things Djeeta EX does. Yeah, but I only get that off an auto combo, you see? And I'm fighting, and I'm a character who, almost all of my strength is in my far pokes. And I'm fighting Ladiva, so I really don't want to be getting, like, I'm not getting too many opportunities to get auto combo. And without auto combo, I don't get 2-2U. I don't know if you're aware. I think this is why I don't like the fact that, or I don't get, like, a worthwhile 2-2U anyway. I can get it, like, as a cancel. I don't even know if it works as a cancel, honestly. Like, I don't think I can get 2-2U there. Could I have? I don't think so. Yeah, well, we're fighting Ladiva. We're gonna stay away at our poke distance. The opportunities to 2-2L are gonna be a little bit few and far between. I'm not gonna lie to you. Beep. They both do it at the same time. They cancel each other out. Really? The charged Fireball and the medium Fireball.
Give me one more round.
Easy game for babies, indeed. Thank you for the 25 stream streak, Nargit. Beep, bop, boop. I mean, fortunately for me, even if I am a relatively weak mid-range character, I am still a mid-range character fighting Ladiva, which means it's not, you know, things can't really be too bad for us. I was gonna say, watch me say this, then immediately get my shit wrong. The matchup is still quite favorable, even if I am gonna fuck it up. Oh, tried to throw and I just didn't get it there. Certainly throw would have won there if I had actually gotten it out in time, right? But... Oh shit. Don't have my brave points anymore. No man. Oh, I have a Raging Strike. I tried to convert it into Raging Strike, Raging Chain. No such luck, man. Beep, bop, boop. You still play SF6, or did Uma eat that game? Uma didn't really eat that game. I just kind of decided I didn't want to play too much more Street Fighter 6, like quite a while before Uma actually came out, I think. Not charged, sorry? Oh yeah, like EX Gran will certainly eat it if she just does her regular fireball, right? But yeah, like really the main thing is that Djeeta H fireball and Djeeta U fireball are like real good, right? And that's like the main difference between her and Gran, really. I think she might be, is she a little I don't think she's a little faster either, right? Like that really is it. Probably, like, I kind of go, honestly, I do go back and forth on it a little bit, but probably Gran's 5U is at least better for him. Like, he would certainly rather have his 5U than Djeeta's 5U. But yeah, I think if you just give Gran Djeeta's fireball, and I think that's probably the best composite you can do. Gran 5U feels scarier. It certainly does. I think a lot of that is also based on the rest of Gran's kit and how much he can kill you for hitting it. But it confirms from most hits, even far ones, it's quite decent. Interesting. Hold? Well, I'll try it out then. I'm thinking of the raw one off the stock fireball, but if you're saying it's worth doing, even just like off of a far normal or something, like canceled, I'm interested to take a look at that. Certainly. DP, sure. And this certainly seems like one of them kill you type of players, but I'm not sure if I'm getting gaslit or not. But you get far L there in the mid screen, don't you? Beep bop. 1, 2, 3. Stock me up. 1, 2, 3. Beep bop. I can kill you, right? I think. No, I can't. Close. Very close. Oh. Okay, she didn't 2-1 for you, luckily. I think she could have. Why is Djeeta ult fireball good? It's BC safe. You can't BC it. So it's just basically a guaranteed meaty that if it counter hits you, sends you to horny jail. It used to do it way more too, but in the Projectile patch when they nerfed ult skills, it got a little less, or I mean significantly less scary in that context anyway. You can 2U after the throw bait too. That sounds potentially, yeah, that sounds reasonable. Okay, you gonna do the throw bait? No, I thought you were gonna do the U throw bait. There it is. I do love that move. I should be trying to convert into 2-2U, I suppose. Let's see. It's +5? Yes. +5, guaranteed, like +5, no BC potential there. Beep, bop, boop. Can't do that. Gotcha. My bad. Oh, that's punishable. I was wondering if you could just get it raw off of that, but you call that a little too optimistic, I suppose. Die. Sure. Oh, she goes over that. Gotcha. They gave Gran hollow purple. Grants me with 5U and then signs my coffin. Yeah, yeah. Again, I do think a lot of that is about just the like Gran's kit being very cohesive in terms of conforming combos, right? But certainly 5U's a part of that. Beep bop. That's, you know, I saw blue and I spot dodged because I thought they were going to, they were doing the throw bait from like half screen. There you go, like that. Sure. I'm okay with these eating these DPs, honestly. If we can get a bait off on one of them at some point, that'd be cool, but probably not. That's like the worst combo you could possibly concoct there, but have you considered that don't hurt my feelings, you're mean? Oh, I thought I could take advantage of the diabetes cheat. But all I did was run into the best move in the game. The bright side, we're alive. On the not so bright side, it is like barely. Oh, I thought that hit you. Oh, you're blocking. You're so smart. Again, I got gaslit. The way this Anil's been playing, I did not think there was any hope that they would possibly block there and bait something, but I was wrong. Holy. Okay, 2U after the throw bait, huh? It's interesting. This is fair. Today I've learned I'm very easy to gaslight, I think. Stock up. It's fine. Probably not too fine. Probably shouldn't have done that, but... Beep. Bop. Beep. Bop. Hey, that's fun to do, if nothing else. Ow. Short. Not a chance. Beep. And so, like, if I get a raw hit of this, because you're telling me I should confirm into that off just, like, bar normals that aren't hitting it raw? Like, or if I get a canceled hit of this, rather. Do I just go into close M into some shit? Sure. Nope. Good, I built some meter, don't mind me. Uh-huh. Anyway. You're not being Gasa, it's not even a real word? True. I feel like Id should have an armored move. He probably will. I think he's kind of a bruiser type. I mean, his sword, it's kind of. His sword is even sharp, right? His sword is literally a fucking slab of metal that he hits you over the head with. Okay with the DP anti-air, certainly. Makes it feel not too risky to jump at this individual. Right, that side swaps. This is totally fine. It's good that they're getting any anti-air at all, certainly, but the fact that they're like never 2Hing, even on some of the more... the ones where they have a little bit more time, feels pretty good for a guy like me. In terms of my risk reward, anyway. Shit. Whoa! That was in throw range? You could have fooled me, man. You could have fooled me. Sure. You wouldn't DP a guy with glasses, would you? That doesn't convert! Oh, I'm alive. I shouldn't have been, but I am. I don't know what is... My rating strike doesn't exist. My rating strike doesn't exist! That's so sad. Don't get what they mean yet. I personally only use 2-2U raw since there's so many ways, including run-up 2-2U. It literally has armor and reeling, so I wouldn't be surprised. And run-up 2-2U, I'd be a little careful considering it is punishable on block. But... Beep, bop. Beep, bop. Ooh, let's do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We can stock back up. There you go. Finally got... Oh, I didn't have my cooldowns. Guess I finally got a bait on the VP. I didn't do anything with it. Speaking of slabs, they're giving Soul his slab concrete back. Sad for Order Soul, but still cool. The sad for Order Soul fans, because what? It confirms that he's not going to be in the game if they're giving regular Soul his weapon, presumably. He's got NA reset by Mr. Streamer. That is true. That's what happens. Just trust the process. Just keep doing it. Okay. Beat Bob. So like you're saying do this into what? Like that? That doesn't seem... That does not seem worth the 50 I'm spending on it to be completely 100% low-key-win with you. That seems not worth the 50 meter I spend on it. At least Soul will look like Order Soul sometimes. If the sun hits him in the right angle, I see it. Okay. Real true and also valid. Okay. Perish. Yo, that's true. Yoink, scoop. Space that out to be safe, at least. Oh. Oh. Okay, they're not actually punishing me too hard when I really should be, so that feels good for a guy like me. Nice. Let's even get a costume that or Guilty Gear 2 Overture. Excuse me. Like, instead of an Order Soul costume, you mean? That looks horrible. You're talking about doing the canceled 2-2U? It doesn't seem very good, to be real with you. I was interested when they brought it up because I was like, oh, that maybe is that better than I've been given it credit for? Like maybe that's something. It's a little bit of sauce Ex Djeeta's got, or a little bit of reward even that she's got that I may have not been taken into account, but something doesn't feel that way. Ah! Okay, at least you were airborne, so they didn't get the big red counter flash. They definitely should have just done the heavy version there. My bad. Sure. Well, had a whole different costume in Guilty Gear 2. Interesting. Okay. Oh no! Yeah, maybe I've been 6xHing too much. Oh. Is this a thing? I guess, yeah. A little 2+ for a safe jump though. Is disappointing, I would say. I tried to jump the sheep. I was too late. Nice, good games. Did I DM you? No. Earlier today, they finally managed to get a round start dash up. Oh, earlier today, you finally managed to get a round start dash up 720 in third strike. God, the occasional grappler does wonders for my dopamine. It's true. You can link 2-2 in the corner after 2-1-4-H2. The mid-screen confirm is considering you will corner carry them all the way. You won't, though, right? You're talking about like this? The streamer, that was me. I know. Your name's UV Harmony, and the guy's name was UVH. I definitely can put 2 and 2 together. You don't though, right? Like, unless you're saying like do it when you're over here, and then wait, like you're saying do it when you're like over here, and then you can go like that. You mean? In that case, I kind of see what you mean, but I feel like in that case, if I got that, like, couldn't I almost, in a lot of cases, just go like some shit like this? I guess you don't get a conversion. You get far M off of that? I don't think so, right? Because you don't get close H. Yeah. I can see it. But I mean, you have to be so close for that to be like a reasonable option, it feels like. Right? It is something, though. It is literally something to get a... Oh, also, it is not super consistent at confirming off those far pokes anyway, yeah. GG streamer, I was the guy cheering in the background of the stage. That's true, man. That's true. We should hit this reset. Auto combo AB 214M. What is AB 214M? I needed it. The cheering? Oh, I'm glad it helped someone. Stocks 214M. What does AB stand for? Another blade! Because that's the name of her fucking mechanic, isn't it? Real and true, man. You're fast. He says, like, fighting Lancelot. Like, yeah, bro. Are you stupid? It's like his whole thing. Beat, bop. 1, 2, 3. Should have stocked up for sure. No excuse to not be stocking up there. I'm dead, by the way. Ow. Ow. I dueled the double 6XL off that. This character does not feel like she has mid-screen conversions. Yeah, again, it feels like that's what she's supposed to have. But what does Ex Djeeta do better than normal? Her damage off auto combo when she's stocked up in the mid-screen is higher. Right? So, like... That leads me to believe that they want her to be like a higher damage version, possibly, but like it's not the case anywhere else, which gives me a little bit of pause. Now, significantly higher, right? To be fair, but do another blade chip upgrades Djeeta's normals to use 2 swords. True, to give her another blade. Otherwise, aren't I kind of being gaslit? Whoa. Okay. Like, what do you spend meter on that nets you the combo? I mean, from your far normals, not much. I guess 2-2U can confirm if from like the close end of your far normals, right? Like this. Fucking rising tackle can confirm from the closer ends of your normals. Rising tackle. This is punishable, by the way. Oh, but it's out of throw bit. It's out of throw range. That's cool. I'm dead. Oh, you definitely should have side swap blade impulse to my ass. What a reacting young man. True. From far normals, I don't know, but she has some shit from auto combo. Yeah, it feels like she'd have some shit from far normals, maybe. I think that could be cool for her. It's a disturbing lack of Lancelot H Fireball. I am a little taken aback. It's good for me in the grand scheme of things. He's terrible. I just don't know what the idea of tying her together is. Yeah, like, I do somewhat still get the feeling that, like, a character with, like, Djeeta's kit of normals like, it can't be, and like a meterless DP, like, it can't be that bad. Not that I'm using this meterless DP at all, but like, that's more of a me problem. Like, there's sort of like a floor, like, you know, it can't be that bad, but certainly there's like very little to even note about her, is what it feels like. Like, this feels a bit underbaked, possibly. That's very valid. I thought you were gonna run up again. 2-2 is so cool. She only gets from auto combos and close far normals. Yeah. I maintain that Ex Djeeta is Cygame's unfinished homework assignment. Again, the more I think about it, the more it really does feel like it's her 2-1-4. Her 2-1-4 just needed to do something. Like, not even to do more, to do something at all. It is one of the most vanilla moves in the whole game. Oops. This lane's not, I just realized, this lane's not used in EX special. Maybe they're doing like a thing. Maybe doing like a no EX type deal. Give me your brave point, please. Feels more like an interest thing. She's not terrible, but there isn't a draw. Yeah, well, but she's also not, because of the fact that she doesn't really do anything noteworthy, she's certainly not very good either, right? U2H is only used to think the person will mash on 2-2L or 2H, 2-2M. I feel like I use it because I want rewards from my throw bait without spending 36 frames like I do for 2-2M, no? Like, 2-2L doesn't give me any reward, and 2-2M is 36 frame startup. That's why I want to use the EX expert. Oh, shit, I'm dead. Lancelot has commitment issues. I guess I won't yuck his Yama. Oh, there you go. There's an EX. Okay, okay. I was genuinely wondering if they had used it yet. He's a cutie, though? Yeah, sure. Little girl type beat. Her voice lines are a little... Oh, shit. Right. Her voice lines are a little cheekier as Ex Djeeta, too, which I like. Doo-doo. Hey, maybe I need to lab and see just how much of a damage difference it is to you 2-2U off of those close normal hits. But the problem is, even then, it just, like, maybe it needs a range increase, you know? To be able to link off of those farther, like, if I'm actually hitting, like, most of the way into the range of my far M, it just doesn't work at all, right? Okay, just got them both. It is right away there, but... Sure. I've been shimmied. That's my bad. Ow, 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 ow. That's not a super. I've been shimmied again. Sure. How do you like that? Beat bop. Farmals, I guess, confirm into Raging Strike. That's so expensive. Yeah, that is not good. That's like also not like a thing, right? Everyone can do that, so. And it's real bad. And like off my far normals, if I'm gonna go meterless, it feels like regular Djeeta's actually gonna do better with her Rekka a lot of the time, right? Okay, sure. If we're forced to do button Raging Strike, that's tough. Yeah. Oh, I mean, again, that is nice. Look at the he ran to like some very late active frames on that one. Right? That is just what Djeeta 2M might do to a motherfucker if he's not careful. Oh. Nice anti-air. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm alive. Probably shouldn't be, but I am. Oh, shit, I thought he would Blade Impulse in. That is not what he did. Oh, I lived these because he put me away from the corner, I think. Oh, never mind. Right, he built enough meter for a Raging Chain. Speaking of vanilla, found out recently Lancelot input his 2-3-6X is 6-6X, and his 2-2H is a reversal. Weird shit. That is weird shit. Oh, out of range. Horrible news. Almost got him with like the slower speed on that fireball, actually. He almost spot dodged that shit too early. I did definitely mash close H as a reversal there. Perhaps I'm just desperately in search of damage. It could be the case. Wellness player forced to play not wellness. Ladiva player forced to play not Ladiva. I mean, this hurts. He's got 15k, but like, still a lot of damage. Is that a reference to Almost Got Him, the best BTAS episode? I fear I don't even know what BTAS is, but BTAS? Ain't that K-pop band? It's better if 2-2L hits on block. On hit is kind of awkward, so for a fast hit, 2-2H is pretty nice. They're the same on block, right? They're both +2 on block. This is +2, and this is +2. This is 2-2H is much better on hit. GG's, big dog, GG's. Batman the Animated Series, so true. Still have never watched it, but I now at least know what the acronym stands for. We take those. Yeah, like this, I mean, they're the same. Obviously, light doesn't use a cooldown, but even on counter hits, you don't get anything off lights, right? Like if you could get something off light on counter hit, that would be interesting. I mean, probably still not that great, because mostly you're probably going to be catching throw tech with that, but it could happen. How's the Ex Djeeta gaming been? She feels underwhelming, for sure. Again, like, there are actually, like, I think it's a little, like, there are bright spots here. Charged, Reagan Lev feels pretty good. She does at least have a throw bait, even if it's not very good, right? Like, her damage in certain scenarios is pretty fine, considering, like, how solid her normals are and shit like that. But, like, at best, though, she's underpowered, right? Like, at best, like, there is no world where I think I am going to come to the conclusion that, like, actually Ex Djeeta is really good or anything like that. She needs a little bit more. She never feels... Again, maybe my problem is, like, Djeeta really... Ex Djeeta, in particular. Djeeta, I think, is actually quite solid. Yes, she really is that bad. Here's maybe my problem, right? Ex Djeeta feels like... It's like, well... How bad is it really? But that might... I mean, maybe that is bottom one in this game. I mean, at this point, right? Like, a character that just doesn't really have anything special for them and is just, like... They have, like, a solid kit of normals and that's sort of it. I guess that might be the worst character in the game. Because, like, I think about it and I go, come on. Like, she's got, like, a pretty solid far M, 2M, like, far L. Her far H is okay. Djeeta's far H is not great, right? Right? Like, meterless DP, low hitting 6-6M, like, just, her, you know, decent walk, like, good walk speed, good move speed, 16k health. Right? But, I mean, maybe it's just the fact that she just doesn't do enough. Like, you need to have something. Like, this is a game where, you know, a lot of characters are actually quite good, and, like, the worst characters are not really that bad. So, like, the guy who just doesn't do very much of note maybe is that bad. You know? Maybe that's... Because to me, like, I've always thought, Ex Djeeta can't be the worst character in the game. She's not even, like, you know, fundamentally broken or anything like that. But... I'm kind of no. You could argue that Nier is, like, not fundamentally broken, but, like, the, like, of all the characters fucked over by Brave Counter, she might be the most fucked over by Brave Counter, right? But, like, there's no one who's really, like, character doesn't really exist in this game, I suppose. So if no one is gonna be, like, bottom one because they just, like, their moves don't work, or, like, they, like, can't use a system mechanic, which, again, Nier can't raging strike sometimes. Nier is, like, they did shoot her in the head on purpose, right? But outside of that, like, there really isn't characters like that in the video game. So it's like, maybe just being the character who's the thing that's fundamentally broken about you is, like, your risk rewards. I do always talk about, you know, fighting games are protracted risk reward simulators, right? So the character that just, you know, doesn't have good enough tools to get hits very often, and then even when they get those hits, they don't really get that much reward off of it. Like, maybe that is enough. Worst character in the game might just be a bit of a higher ceiling or a higher floor here than it is in some other games. Oh, shit! Oops. Also, why did I raging strike? I wasn't able to get a conversion there anyway. Ow, ow, ow. I don't want to get command grabbed, man. One good thing about this game is that the issues aren't really too big at the bottom end. It's like 7 or 8 characters that are just too much, especially based on the reward off BC. Other than that, everyone's at least decent. Not many others are too strong. Like, I guess, yeah. So I guess it's like... Ow, ow. It's not really that... Like not paradoxically, because bottom one is by definition, it's a relative term, right? Like, paradoxically, it's like Ex Djeeta can be maybe, like, in contention for the worst character in the game and still not be, like, that ass, right? I think in my head, I always have to assume that, like, the worst character in the game is, like, turbo ass and, like, significantly worse than the rest of the cast. But I guess it's not necessarily true. Sweet drinks? I love sweet drinks. Oh, clock! I forgot she had clock. No, man. Out. I think most modern fighting games are like this. Bottom are just lackluster at worst. I suppose. Certainly, Rising was not like this for a long time. Right? Like, not even compared to other fighting games, comparing to previous versions of Rising, this was not the case, right? I think that would have comboed, right? I think that DP hit late enough for them to combo off of with clock, maybe? Like, certainly even in earlier versions of Rising, this was not the case. Like, in a lot of the early versions of Rising, bottom one was a character that basically just didn't do anything, right? Launch Vikala, I mean, even launch Vayne, release Avatar Belial is, I still think, a hilarious character. Like, that is a character, imagine a character who got Ex Djeeta's reward, but he spent 800 health to use every one of his specials. Like, genuinely, he was not doing more damage than Ex Djeeta most of the time. Out. But he also spent his health, and he had 2k less HP than her. Also, I'm fucking dead. Oh, I'm not dead. Maybe you're dead. Give me your brave points. Worst character in the modern days, a mid-tier of the old times. Again, not true, necessarily. Though maybe Rising was just released at a very bad... maybe Rising just released in a very bad state. Launch Lucy mechanic basically didn't exist with how hard it was to get it. Yeah, but Launch Lucy was not the worst character in the game. Ooh! Oop! Yeah, I think the game is definitely more top heavy, right? Like, the problem is there are like a few outlier characters for sure. Launch Lucy wasn't even that bad? No, just under 2? Yeah, I would agree. Like, I don't think Launch Lucy was really even... Maybe I just was bad at the video game, and we were all bad at the video game and bad at evaluating characters, but Launch Lucy never felt like he was... I mean, there are just so many like, by today's standards, probably sure, but there were so many characters in the 1.1 patch that just didn't, like, do anything. That I feel like Lucy still, you know, like, even like, Blade Level 0 Lucy was a more solid character than a lot of release Rising characters. Launch Lucy's definition of a mid-tier? Yeah. Right? Like, you had Launch Anila, you had Launch Avatar Belial, Catalina got a lot of buffs, but Launch Catalina was not very good either, right, in Rising. There's a lot of characters who are just big eyebrow raisers, certainly. Don't hurt me, please. I don't want to get riding freed, Mom. Beep, bop, boop. It's me, Ex Djeeta. Launch Zoe was the low tier. I forgot about Launch Catalina and Anila. Yeah, I mean, Anila was probably even worse off, but... And again, all of those characters to me were, like, noticeably better. People were talking about Launch Percy as well. Maybe. I could see it. I think Launch Percy was not that weak, though. I think he was certainly not good, but... But again, all of those characters to me, I feel like, probably take a big old steamy dump on Launch Avatar. That character was funny. The actual we thought Lawayne was the joke character? No, man. It was Avatar Belial. Avatar was actually a joke character on release. Like, they added him to the game when they let his EX specials extend his combos like that. And think about the fact that EX special buff, like that packed Avatar's, the thing that where Avatar's packed follow-ups, like, become combo extenders if they are done off an EX special. That's like one of the biggest buffs that a character has ever gotten, and Avatar has still never been good, right? Basically, like, just like, oh yeah, we like tripled your mid-screen damage, and he became like fine after that for like a long time. Terra and Fairy kind of didn't exist until season 2. Yeah, I mean, they were certainly like season 2 they got juice to the gills, right? Matera and Fairy both did not feel super, especially even before they got their season 2 buffs. The U skills just getting a lot less rewarding also, I think, helped them quite a lot. Thought Avatar was decent towards the beginning of season 2 before the mid-tier buffs came through. Yeah. I'm talking about like release, like I'm talking about Avatar pre-Versuja patch where they added him to the video game. I think that was a genuine joke character. I don't think Matera and Fairy were as bad as people thought. I think post-Versuja patch, you're definitely right. I would agree. Like, even before, like, in hindsight, I definitely had them quite low, even after the Versuja patch. But I think in hindsight, post-Versuja patch, I feel like you're right. As far as Avatar has never been good, he was like solidly mid-tier for a patch or two. Yeah, that's my point. My point is that like that EX, like the buff that they gave him in the Versucha patch is one of the biggest buffs that a character has ever received, and it made him a mid-tier. Is my point. You know what I mean? Like to think about, like just to, I'm using that to illustrate how bad he was before he got that buff, right? He got one of the largest buffs in the game's history, and it made him a mid-tier. He was a joke character. Ow. Ex Djeeta Gaming, indeed. Please don't writing free me, man. I'm scared. Why do you still have HP? That can't be allowed. I asked nicely. I asked nicely. I thought I would meet you with the fireball, and then when it didn't, I got a little scrambled, and oh, Jesus. Wasn't the whole game a Kusoge before the Matera patch? Like, kind of. But also, certainly, like, you could argue that there was still maybe there's a middle of pretty reasonable characters, but it was a lot smaller than it would be today, right? Like that, like if we talk about today, like mostly the problems are with the highest end, right? Certainly there was like a big swath of just like low tier like garbage in the beginning of the game. And again, there were like 5 characters that were, I mean, there was one character, obviously, who was like the goddess of the video game. But then there were also like, there were like 5 characters that were like genuinely, how did this happen? And then there were like 10 characters to 15 characters or something, like including those 5, that are also like just gapping most of the rest of the cast, right? So you ended up with like, there were like 10 pretty solid characters probably on Rising's release or something. You don't writing free me? I'm scared. I'm gonna respect writing free to hell and back, man. I got so scared. I got so scared. I got so scared. I don't know how strong he was, but turns out because of universal overhead, Loane had unblockables in vanilla. Sounds very funny to mess with. The only thing I've seen about vanilla was was Loane versus Percival, which apparently was a really, really funny bad matchup for Loane. Apparently it was like Percival could just Grand Blue Zone him with like far M, far H into Fireball, and like 95% of Loane's options lost, except for the one that got him like full comboed if he guessed wrong, or something like that. It's the only thing. I don't even know if that means Loane wasn't good in vanilla, or if that matchup in particular was just really ass for him. But that was certainly very funny to watch. I remember Loane being low tier forever in vanilla, perhaps. I'm not even saying like I disagree. I just don't know at all. I feel like the only things that I know about vanilla off the top of my head is that Belial was really good the whole time. Cagliostro was really good the whole time. Sora's was like horrible the whole time. That's like kind of it. I feel like those are like the things that I often hear. I've heard Ladiva could do some fuck shit in vanilla, but I'm not sure if that actually meant she was any good. Some things never change, huh? Sora's is pretty good right now. Though certainly Sora's has two big like problems. Like almost not even meta. Like hard knockdown brave counter is a real big problem for Sora's. He's one of the characters that is certainly the most hurt by its existence. Like if hard knockdown BC is removed, which I hope, right? If they say adjustments to universal mechanics and they don't mean that BC is getting nerfed, and they don't mean that BC is getting nerfed by removing the hard knockdown on counter hit, I'll be very, very disappointed. But like, if they remove hard knockdown BC in the in the id patch, I suppose, 2.6 patch, then the biggest, like probably the biggest beneficiary of that is Sora's, right? That certainly hurts him quite a bit. And then obviously there's like a couple of Matera and fairy shaped holes in his heart, but that's a lot of characters' problems, to be fair. Like a lot, like it's like, oh, you know, one of Sora's biggest problems is he has a little bit of a hard time, well, a lot of a hard time against like Matera, Fairy, Loane, etc. And it's like, well, yeah, that's most of the meta, right? That's most characters. Like that is really like, you could argue that like one of the biggest reasons that like Beatrix is as good as she is because she's one of the handful of characters for whom that isn't true. While still, and she doesn't like pay a horrible price for it or anything like that. It's not like oh, this character is good against these characters but shit against everyone else. It's like, no, she's still pretty good against everyone else. But unlike most of the cast, she doesn't just fold to these 3 to 4 characters immediately. And in fact, even has a good matchup into it. Probably most of it, maybe all of them. Oh shit, that doesn't link, man. Damocles. Oh, nice. Talk about a risk-reward gap, huh? That's not a brave counter. It's not a correct one anyway. Oh, thank God he doesn't have Raging Strike, huh? Oh, your fireball's too slow. Personally, I don't think 6XL really needs a nerf right now, but I kind of want one. Just 'cause I'm seeing people who don't play complaining about it again. I really want the misconception that it's ruining the game still to die. I think I am on board. Again, my big problem with 6XL actually at this point is as a corner pressure tool. I really don't think it's as much of a problem in neutral these days. I've talked about it a couple times, but I would love... I heard Gabba make the suggestion of making 6XL 2L clash level. I think that's an amazing suggestion. I think that's so good. And I also want that shit to be, like, bad if you hit someone in the air with it. I don't want it to... I don't know how exactly we do this, but that shit should not be, like, as good of an anti-air as it is. You know what I mean? Like, either it needs to be, like, minus if it's air blocked or something, or it needs to just... Like, first it needs to be air blockable, for sure. I feel it. I think 6XL, like, definitely needs to be air blockable. This, by the way, coming in conjunction with a BC nerf, right? Because you definitely don't want to just... Like, BC is still the strongest. Like, BC is stronger than 6XL is, right? If we're gonna, like, nerf an offensive mechanic, I'm more so definitely saying it in conjunction with a nerf to BC. But, like, that shit definitely needs to be air blockable at least, and, like, maybe it needs to be, like, minus on block if I air block it or something, you know? But really, I really don't think that 6XL is... actually as much of a problem as some people make it out to be. It's still certainly very strong, but my main want is to make 6XL more whiff punishable. You certainly could do that too. I don't think it's like egregiously hard to do right now. Obviously, you do get preemptively, but like, so, I mean, that's kind of how it works with everything, right? And it still has, like, significant... It has more whiff recovery than, like, any normal, obviously. Please reduce the clash level that crushes Setsuna. I definitely think... I love the idea of the 0 clash level, the 2L. So it clashes with 2Ls, but if you stick a far L out, it'll crush it, and you'll get a counter hit. That sounds absolutely wonderful to a guy like me. Okay. Beep, bop, boop. Perish. Increased pushback on air hits? Ooh, maybe. That's an interesting idea. It definitely needs to be... I think it needs to be air blockable entirely. Maybe increased pushback on air block, actually. I don't know. Kind of funny how broken ult skills are, and they could definitely use a nerf, but it never gets talked about because BC and 6XL exists. No, it never gets talked about because they've been nerfed like 3 times. Right? It never gets talked about because, like, ult skills as, like, a concept got nerfed, like, 3 separate times or something like that. So, like, the concept of ult skills is rarely the problem anymore, right? It is just more so individual standouts is often what you're going to see discussion on. Like Eustace U Grenade or like Matera U Butterfly or something like that, right? The ult skill system as a whole right now is probably pretty solid, actually. I'm a big fan. You could argue that, like, I liked 125-meter combos, but I definitely understand why they got removed, right? I don't think they had to, but I see why. But, like, you could argue, like, the existence of 125-meter combos, the huge reward off of just landing a raw ult skill as a combo starter, things like that, were, like, system-wide problems with ult skills, right? I don't know if there really are too many of those anymore. Maybe even any of those anymore. Some people will say that they don't want ult skills to refund on block, right? Like, so if you block an ult skill, they shouldn't get 12.5% meter back. Maybe, right? The only ult skill nerf I'd want is to be universally less safe on block. I would have taken... Personally, I would have taken that. I thought that all ult skills should have been one route they could have gone, in my opinion, instead of... Maybe, again, maybe the 125-meter combos is a problem, even less so because, like, even less than the game balance implications, maybe it was a problem because it limits design space, right? Like, certainly 125-meter combos got removed, and then Versuja got added to the game. Versuja is a character that cannot be allowed to exist in the video game if she doesn't have meter penalty when she hits you with a U skill, right? Like, if Versuja got put, like, there's a solid argument that, like, outside of game balance, the 125 meter combos limit the design space for what you can let characters do. Now, you could say, maybe that's a good thing. If you're tired of, like, the U skill, like, mid-screen creep where everyone gets a crumple, everyone gets a launch, everyone gets a combo extension, you probably can't really have that in the game too much if they're also getting, like, full, like, straight-up refunds on their meter as they do it, right? So maybe it would have led to less of that. Why wouldn't Versuja be allowed to exist? Because Versuja would spend like 175 meter in her combos or some shit. She had, like, he would get like a triple or quadruple dog walk with her 2-2-U. If you don't recall, I mean, Versuja can still do this, but it's a little bit less meaningful for her now. But when Versuja, like, you know, Versuja would go, you can go auto combo 2-2-U, auto combo 6XL, auto combo 2-2-U, 6XL, auto combo 2-2-U. If the post hitting a U skill meter penalty wasn't a thing, which is how they got rid of ult skills in the Versuja patch, right? The patch which came out, right? If that wasn't the thing, that would have been like, she would have spent like 25 meter and gotten 20 back on like every one of those loops or something like that, right? Like, it genuinely, she would have gotten 4 or 5 of those ult skills off before she launched you. Probably. Maybe 3 or 4. She would have gotten like 3 or 4 2-2-Us off before she launched you. And that probably would have, and without the extra scaling on an ult skill starter too, if you got hit by like a raw 2-2-U, she might TOD you before you leave the ground. Like for real. Right? Characters with that many, like, grounded extender, like, easy access grounded extension, like, crumple U skills would be ridiculous if they didn't pay a meter penalty for it. Because you know what that is right now? I can show you an example of that. Imagine if what Metera does off U Butterfly, everyone could do. Right? It's the best example for it is Metera in a lot of cases, well, not a lot of cases, in some cases, Metera still does 125 combos. Right? So, like, the damage that you get hit by when you get hit by U Butterfly and you go, man, I fucking hate this. Rightfully so. Imagine if that was, like, everyone. Right? Or, like, at least a lot of the cast. Like, a lot of the cast would have some shit like that if the meter penalty wasn't the thing. Because, I mean, that's literally what Metera does. Metera just waits out the meter penalty because the U Butterfly is out for longer than the meter penalty exists. So that's, like, a great way to think about it. And then again, right? Like, Versuja, I mean, she would hit even harder than Metera did, right? It's not that she's bad, she has nothing that makes her special. Like, cool, her charge EX fireballs +8, but who cares? Her damage is feathers. I don't even know, like, I don't even know if it's her damage is the problem. It's just, well, certainly if she did more damage, that'd be one way to fix it. But it just feels like Ex Djeeta, it's kind of just, she just has no specialty, right? Like, explain this in Pathfinder 2nd Edition terms. There's no, like, she has no niche. Right? Like, even if she's, like, a great example, I think, like, a great comparison point to her actually is Nier, right? Which is a character who I think most people agree is quite weak, right? Maybe even comparably weak to Ex Djeeta. But, like, at the very least, like, yes, Nier has a lot of problems. She has way more problems than Ex Djeeta does, like, by a long shot, right? But Nier can just fucking kill you sometimes, right? Like, Nier does have a specialty. She's, like, the highest damage character in the game. If you ignore the death, like, if you ignore the penalty that, like, is being Nier and playing around the death mechanic, she is just, like, the hardest hitting character in the game, right? So, like, it's at least, it gives her a win condition, I suppose. Not even a win condition, but it's like, because I think people use the word, like, oh, this character doesn't have a win condition. I heard someone say that about Sandalphon one time, and I was like, yeah, sure, man, whatever you say, right? Yes, you're right. Sandalphon definitely doesn't have a win condition, for sure. But, like, it's not so much a win condition, more so a game plan. Like, what is, you know, like, what is Djeeta doing? You know, like, if you're a character that gets, if you're like, for example, you know, Catalina, she excels at getting extremely high reward off of her, like, mid-range pokes. So Catalina ends up being a character who, like, plays around the mid-range, right? She has good buttons there, so she plays around the mid-range and tries to kill you with the pokes. Far M into you, fireball until you go to hell, and then everyone in the game likes it when you're in the corner, right? So she gets you to the corner and then kills you there. That's what most of the cast does. But her game plan at round start is I'm going to get you there by, like, poking at you, right? Ladiva, right? For as weak as she is, she does still have a game plan revolving around, okay, I have like one of the stupidest advantage states in the video game still. Is Brave Counter a problem for that? Yes. Is etc. Can things be a problem? Yeah, but it is still, you know, it's a fact that Ladiva, like that command grab, like waking up into Ladiva in the corner is a scary fucking thing, and she can just kill you in 2 guesses, right? So like she plays around, you know, even if she's gonna take some lumps, even if she's gonna take some hits, even if she's gonna take some losses, she has her really high corner carry, right? She can lose the round for most of it, and then just hope for the one hit where she puts you in the corner and 1 chances off it. Is that a super strong game plan? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. I mean, not really in Ladiva's case, but it's a game plan, right? Her kit pushes her towards an identity which determines how she plays the video game. Ex Djeeta, again, it's not like anything on her is really that horrible, right? But because some things are, I mean, the Lariat is very, like, the Lariat's pretty bad, right? Like, Aurum Flow is pretty not good. But outside of that, it's not like anything's really too bad, but nothing is, like, exceptional enough that it makes an identity for her, right? And sometimes the thing that is exceptional about a character is that all of my shit is above average, right? That's what, like, a lot, you know, like, a lot of characters just, like, nothing about me is crazy, but, like, all my shit's above average, you know? So my game plan is just to kind of just outstat you on, like, at, like, every portion of the video game by a little bit, right? Like, I'm not, I think Samblefon is maybe a great example of this, right? Like, his mid-screen is not the craziest, his corner pressure is not the craziest, right? His move speed isn't the craziest, his fireball is not the craziest. Like, really, nothing on him is, like, the best shit you've ever seen, but everything on him is pretty good. Like, Samblefon doesn't really have a bad move, or a bad normal, or a bad special, right? So, like, his thing is just like, yeah, I'm probably going to be, like, unless it's another, like, even compared to the other mid-range characters, he's more competent to full screen than them, right? He has better anti-zoning than they do. So, like, his idea is just like, I'm gonna be slightly better than you in most parts of the video game, and unless you are, like, a jack of all trades like me, there's probably one part of the screen where I'm way better than you, right? And I'm gonna try and harp on that. She can't even do that because, like, in most places, she's actually a little worse than most characters, right? She's not terrible at anything, but she's not particularly special at anything, and she's not good enough at everything else to make up for not having a specialty. Is what it feels like, right? So again, on paper, I feel like when I say that sentence out loud, I go, I mean, that character's probably fine. That sounds like a mid character to me, right? That's just like a mid character, like, does the thing that everyone else does, but, like, a little weaker, right? Like, that sounds like a pretty mid character to me. But the more I think about it and just think about how, you know, a lot of the roster in this game is structured, like, on vibes, that might sound like not that weak of a character, but in a game like this where there really aren't, we were just talking about this, right? But there really aren't, like, oh, this character is bottom tier because their normals don't link into each other, or, like, this character is bottom tier because everyone else can Brave Counter and they can't, or something like that, right? That kind of character doesn't really exist in modern versions of Rising anyway. Again, you know, since the Versuja patch, that kind of character doesn't really exist, right? Let's ignore Nier. Again, we can talk about Nier, right? Nier has, you know, she can't Raging Strike and everyone else can, and, like, most of the time, Nier cannot Raging Strike, right? Nier is the most fucked up by Brave Counter. She has huge, glaring weaknesses, right? But again, the difference there is that Nier is the highest damage. For those weaknesses, Nier is the hardest hitting character in the entire video game. Like, if you take every situation, if you take every position, if you take every amount of resource, the only character that will hit harder than Nier is Blade Level 5 Lucilius, who is, like, not a character on the select screen, right? Like, he only exists for moments at a time, or, like, honestly, 3 Dragonstock Siegfried, if you averaged him out, maybe. But, like, you know, on a lot of the comparisons, like, 3 Dragonstock Siegfried does not do as much as Nier off, like, a far M, not even that close, really. It's just, if you average out to the fact, or just Wilness, he hits, like, 50% harder than Wilness. You don't, right? She hits harder than Install Vera. She hits harder than Install Swords. She hits harder than Wilness. She hits harder than EX Narmaya. You guys don't know what Nier does, right? Again, I don't think Nier's very good at all, right? But, like, she hits harder than Install Vera. She hits harder than Install Swords by a lot. She hits harder than Wilness by a good bit. She hits, like, again, the only character that hits harder than Nier consistently is Blade Level 5 Lucilis. That's it. That's it. There are no exceptions, right? There are none exceptions to that. Now, again, the reason she, like, the price she pays for that is all of the huge glaring weaknesses with her kits, but she does have a specialty, right? Now, you could argue, is Ex Djeeta worse than Nier, even though she doesn't have a big weakness, but she doesn't have a big specialty? Maybe, maybe not, right? Isn't Nier's highest mid-screen combo still 6-2, 6-5? Someone find a better one? I mean, 2 beans, 1 cream, funnel with setup, that was like fucking 9k or something, but it's not one you're gonna be hitting that commonly, I think. I think someone did find a more, like, a realistic one that was like 6-6 or something. Something like that. And again, that was just like off a far M, right? Like, if we think about, like, what we saw Install Vera do with Luminaria setup, which, like, doesn't happen. Vera did 1k, or Nier did 1k less with, off a far M, right? Like, or off a close M, rather. Do not... Nier's damage has been nerfed, by the way, but it's not nearly as much, as everything else about her. Nier's damage is still significantly lower than it used to be, which is crazy, right? But it is significantly lower than it used to be. But it's still very high. Like, of everything they touched about Nier, her damage is the thing they touched the least. Again, don't get too lost in the sauce, right? Nier is not good, by the way. I think, again, I still think, if you asked me right now, I probably would still tell you that I think that Ex Djeeta is better. But I think they are a lot more comparable than I used to give them credit for. You know what I mean? But again, that is not because Nier doesn't do anything. If Nier wasn't, like, the highest damage character in the game, and she had all of her like, debuffs of being Nier, the character would be, like, genuinely unpickably bad. Like, she'd be, like, 7 tiers below everyone else, right? It's the ridiculous fucking reward that character gets on hits that even keeps her in the tier list, in the same tier list as the rest of the characters. You can close L punish that air teleport now, that air H teleport now on block, and throw punish on ground H teleport? Wait. Is that right? And they can throw punish the grounded one. They make the air teleport more punishable? Hold. I'm actually curious about that. Where is Mrs. Leostrom? You're saying on block, I can punish air H teleport? Is that real? No more Eep? 75 stream streak. Jesus Christ, Callie. Thank you very much. It's kind of hard to actually get hit by it. Hold. Is that always the case? Is that new? No, you can always do this, right? This isn't, like, new. Yeah, yes, you can always do this. The shit is always, like, super minus if you block it. Yeah. I mean, no, because the reason I'm confused is normally if you punish this, it's because you're crouching and it whiffed. And then you obviously get whatever the fuck you want, right? Is that Burger who said that? No, Burger got banned from the YouTube chat, too. The new one is the grounded one? Yeah. You got, I didn't know about the properties post-block, because normally you don't block this, right? Normally, if it fails, it's because you crouched it, and then you just kill her. That is new? That is new, really? I'm gonna check the patch notes. I don't think you're right, but I will give you a chance to be correct. I don't think you're right, though. 2.5 patch notes. I don't think they changed that when they nerfed her grounded teleport, though. Maybe you're right. H spare body. Yeah. Block stun reduced by... Yeah, it's only the grounded one. Right? Air spare body is not changed at all. It's not touched in these patch notes. So I don't think you're correct. Because you're saying you can close L punish it now? You could always... You can, like, damn near 2H punish it, right? You can close H punish this shit. Like, I don't think that's new, right? If that's new, they would have had to have, like, nerfed it by, like, 8 frames. I play CAG and I swear it was plus. The grounded one was plus on block. Now it's minus 4, right? Burger was democratically elected to be banned because he plays CAG? Not really. I think Burger, that was part of it. I think Burger just, like, lives their entire life yelling at people, and then they finally found, the people found the reason to burn him at the stake, essentially. That was more my reading of the situation. You know what I mean? Burger got kind of eaten by the mob, but in their offense, he was always kind of antagonizing the mob, you know? It kind of was like, and by the way, this is all in good fun, right?
Here begins fate's
I have nothing against Burger, actually, right? They're pretty fun to have in the chat. Though they get a little wild sometimes. But, like, Burger definitely was just, like, yelling at, like, Burger was, what are you gonna do? Stab me? Last words of man stabbed to death, you know?
battle. 1. Engage.
Hello, Matera. I mean, that's nice, right? Like, again, like, this is probably the best. Like, I actually don't mind. I think this character's Fireball is interesting enough that I don't really mind it, right? I think the non-EX throw baits could probably stand to be a little better. And I think that the Lariat needs to get buffed. Like, it just needs to do something. It needs to get buffed significantly to have a raison d'etre, you know? But the Fireball is nice. Ow. I'm getting
Gets
rushed down by the best
grabbed.
rushdown
Come
character
on,
in the game.
nerds.
Somebody help. Help. The best rushdown character in the game is rushing me down. Aw, shit. Is Ex Djeeta the Matera? Answer. I mean, the Fireball's nice, but yeah, that's still Beatrix. Clanker Bay. Thank you for the follow. Oh, well, I'm getting rushed down by the best rushdown of the game. Help. Yeah, that's fair. Perhaps I'm being a little predictable. Can you blame me for panicking just a little bit? You got 2U there. You don't get 2U there? What? He jumps over that shit, huh? What do you mean you don't get 2U there? I disagree with the premise. Fair and valid. Ow. You know, I mean, if it works, it works. Do. Can you also 2M off 2-2MH? No, I don't think so. Because 2M is 1 frame slower than close M, right? I mean, it is certainly nice that that's not counter hit. But she does have to hold that shit. Having a full screen U Fireball. Like, she is, I can see that, like, EX Djeeta does feel probably better into zoners than regular Djeeta. It's something. Oh, yeah, EX Fireball. That's true. Ah, we win, though, because I charged my shit. I'm straight jorking my shit. Ow. It's gonna hurt. No, actually. You're going to hurt. I was what I would say if I had a combo here. I guess I have to spend 100. What if Djeeta Lariat had Sandy mid-screen bounce loops? They wouldn't do that for a, like, just EX special or like that. That'd be I would consider that an overbuff, personally. Aha! 2M only? 2M and 2U are the same speed. Maybe it's a range thing, though. I guess it is 2M. Someone said 2U, but maybe I got lied to. Maybe I read it wrong and they always said 2M. Could have been air unblockable there, I think. You sure? Even 2M doesn't seem right. Hello? Roll back, my old friend! Oh. Sure. The triple hop! I didn't think they would do the triple hop. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did get owned. First, that move is just ass. You only get follow-ups with stocks. I mean, you can get far L in the mid-screen. I'm dead. Oh, they didn't punish me. People don't need to bounce on it here, too, I guess. You can 2U or 2M off 2-2M. H, I'm doing it in the training room, no stocks. In the mid-screen? Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. That's nice. I just didn't believe in it hard enough before. Ow! Butterfly. So, oh my god, it's a pickup. That's better? Yeah, that's something. Probably think my throw bait mid-screen. Get off of me. Beep, bop, boop. I don't know what to do. I could have killed you. I could have killed you for sure. If I had done Raging Strike, Raging Chain into some bullshit, right? I didn't believe. Oh, no! Playing Djeeta today? EX in particular. Ow. You butterfly, huh? I'm terrified. Gives her away to 2-2U, so that's cool. Oh, you can go 2M into 2-2U? I guess. Yeah. That is literally true. Beep, bop, boop. Maybe she should be better than regular Djeeta without the stocks too. I don't know if that's too greedy. I think she should have better mid-screen without the stocks too, whereas it actually feels like it's worse without the stocks. I don't get the carry. You should do another Matero run before she gets nerfed. She already got nerfed, remember? They took 1 second off of you butterfly. I know I find this version of Djeeta fun. She's decent, but not fun to me. Yeah, well, I think that definitely is a problem too, right? Even ignoring character balance, which I do think she needs some help the more I think about it. It is also just like, you know, she just doesn't do. You know, like playing a bad character can be fun if they still have like a strong thing that they do, you know. She got sauce? Every now and then. So, very slightly. It's like a very lightly sauced guy. Like it's, you know. Like you went to like a new burrito place and like there's supposed to be there's sauce in the burrito technically, and they said there's sauce, and when you look at like it's so dry that you like actually open it up to inspect it and you realize that in fact there is sauce. They did put sauce in the burrito. They're not lying to you. It's not lying. It's gonna be a little bit of false advertising though, because on the image it had like a shit ton of sauce, and looking at it here it's like you have to examine it to find like there are discolored spots here and there that make you go, oh shit, they put sauce on it, you know. Like it's like that. Like it's not there. I won't be so presumptive as to tell you that it's not there, but you're certainly not drowning in it. Beep bop. I do love her voice lines in the Ex Djeeta, I will say. Let's dance. Corner carry is mad fun on normal Djeeta. I mean, even if you're not going to get a combo off it these days, it is still fun to do the Rekka and just take a guy across the screen. Ow. You wouldn't jump a little old me, would you? I could have punished that with you Fireball now that I think about it. Oh, nice interrupt. Thought you were going to Rhapsody the second time. I guess maybe I should have 2-2U'd there. It probably would have linked. Okay, I keep thinking they're not going to be ready for the anti-air, but it's like the one thing that they've proved they are very consistently ready for. So I think that's probably a my bad type situation. Yeah. For extra clarification on the air H teleport, it's only punishable on block if you don't do anything on the way down. So you're saying if you cancel it into a normal, it isn't? Punish means that she couldn't have canceled, though. Like, that's what punish usually means, is that there wasn't anything she could, like, it hit her in recovery before she could cancel. Or before she could move. Beep, bop, boop, beep, bop. Stop. Shimmy neutral. Like, I wish I could get it off there, you know, the 2-2U. Beep, bop, boop. Bada bop, boom. No, that's not how that works at all. My bad. No returns. He's more fun than normal Djeeta, especially after the nerf. What is that M Fireball? I like doing flips. You think the Djeeta charge M Fireball is a nerf, huh? The pretty saucy throwbait combo. Her having a throwbait is probably where the what sauce there is lies within her throwbait for sure. Normal Djeeta is very fun. Yeah, I feel like. Also the nerf. I feel like Djeeta has been really only buffed for a little bit. She is in fact actionable on the way down. I think the punish state just carries over to the remaining airtime. She's actionable on the way down, but not immediately, I thought. I guess we can check. We can check and see if maybe I'm misremembering how Cagliostro works. Again, blocking that is not a super common situation. I do know if it whiffs, she's just dead most of the time. Which if she was actionable right away wouldn't be the case, but on counter at close H, I think you can straight up link 2-2-U. That's interesting. I like that. Almost got over that. Overdrive surge! Save me. Ow. Shit. I've been thrown. Oh shit, you can double overhead still. Right? Forgot. Yeah, I don't have a cancel that beats that. Oh, I'm comboed. Oh shit. I didn't realize. Okay. Oh, they did it again. It's okay. It's on cooldown, so there's no damage. Oh, and then they went for the low that time. Nice. I just tested a JL trades with Djeeta close L, so she's at least neutral. Interesting. Even on close L, close H, even on close L, close H, you can confirm into 2-2-U. We can, yeah, it cancels off of. If you're saying it cancels off of close H, then yes. But second time's the charm, you know. Ow, ow. Focus. Get thrown. Get thrown. Beat, bop, boop. This is not combo limit, right? Yeah. Counter hit not close H, I mean. On close L, counter hit you can confirm into 2-2-U. Like Link? That doesn't seem right. Are you saying it only combos off close L if it's a counter hit? That probably shouldn't be the case, if that's true. I could have gotten a longer combo there. That's on me. Okay. You're dead, right? Yeah. Not link, but combo into. Confirm what? Whatever. Yeah, yeah. So you're saying it doesn't combo off a regular close L. You need a counter hit? What is the speed on it, actually? That's an interesting point. Dusub says keys +3. That specific interaction might just be because of the absolutely tiny hitbox on JL. Hold, I am curious now. Again, blocking this is a rare enough sight that I don't actually know what happens when you do it. So there, I think I'm matching JL about as fast as I can there. She's doing it too early though. Hold. It didn't. It missed. It missed? I mean, that's not really gonna help if it just misses. Maybe if I do it a little lower down to the ground, we can actually see it hit. It missed? I mean, I guess she has to do JM or something, right? Because, I mean, that just... That whiffs? Well, you said absolutely tiny. You weren't kidding, huh? I mean, you're right. It's not punish. Yeah, you're right. She is actionable. It's not punish. So I see what you mean. The counter hit is the more important part anyway, but... I see what you mean. JU wins against JL, though, because of the air stall. Or against close L, though. Yeah, true. So you just close M, generally. Because it seems like her JL... I mean, if she JLs and you close M, does it beat you? Yeah, okay. There's a little bit of something there. I see. I see. That's interesting. I generally did not really know about the post-block situation here. Ah, but 2H just works then, huh? Yeah, because 2H will make JL. If I crouch, then 2H makes JL whiff. Oh, it maybe looks like it's a little height dependent. It's a little freaky. It's a little bit of a freaky situation. What about close H? It's too slow for JL. Oh wait, no, what? Am I not doing JL anymore? There you go. Yeah, it's too slow. Interesting. Weird ass situation. Very height dependent situation, right? Again, as always, better to just let it whiff and then kill her. But I did not know much about the post block situation. That's actually good to know. Well, I have a Pathfinder session in like 30 minutes. Let's play like a couple more sets and we can just. I could repeat what I've been saying about Ex Djeeta the whole time, but as like a final thoughts type deal. Normally my Pathfinder sessions that I run are on Friday, but we had a lot of Fridays in a row that didn't work for people, so it got rescheduled to Monday this week. Stream your Pathfinder session. I don't think I'll do that, believe it or not. That requires the consent of 4 other individuals. Have you tried just playing Pathfinder yourself? Because it's so fucking goated. My mouse guard group recently died. Think about trying PF2. I mean, I'll tell you that I cannot recommend anything higher, personally. I think it is really fucking good. I think it's really fucking good. I'm an incredibly big fan. And like, while it's certainly, if crunch isn't your thing, I don't really know about mouse. You've talked about mouse guard, but I don't know exactly how crunchy it is or isn't. But also, you can kind of just like, you know, kind of like playing a complicated fighting game character. Like, you can kind of drip feed the crunch. You don't have to be playing immediately with like every fucking edge case rule for everything, right? Mouse guard's very vibes based. Okay, that will feel a little bit different, certainly. But you can still. I talked about it. My one big gripe with Pathfinder 2nd Edition, if anything, is that it does not make it clear enough to people. Hello, Nom. It does not make it clear enough to people that this shit is still a tabletop RPG. Right? You can still do whatever the fuck you want. The rules are just there for when you don't want to figure it out. Interesting stuff. Thanks for the research opportunity. No, thank you for calling it out. I didn't really know much about that situation at all, and now I know a little bit more. Again, yeah, usually the way that I would deal with CAG J2H is, one, if we're being completely honest, most of the time it would hit me and I would die because I'm ass. But when it didn't, it would be because I just didn't do anything and it whiffed, and then I would try to punish her through that, right? So I want to try running Sword World? I'm unfamiliar. I prefer D&D 5e to Pathfinder, but in general, TTRPG are the go. Valid, man, valid. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. Bonk, bonk. Is Japan's most popular TTRPG? Interesting. TTRPG Japan. TTRPG Japan. Think Japan. Let's dance, Mr. the Rizzler. Ow. Sora's does not get a safe jump off that shit. I've been scammed. I forgot her JU as well as a cross-up button. Shit is way better than JM. I think this hits him in time, right? Yeah. I don't want to get command grabbed, Mom. Fear not. That is the smallest fucking grab in the game. And like Avatar Belial and Anthem, I think, are all the same size, but they're all teeny weeny 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 weeny. That's why before I just want more people playing TTRPGs. Agreed. I think it's a very fun hobby. Okay, today's National Puppy Day, which went over very well here in the serious symbolic community. So true, man. Real and also true, might I add. Oh, right, yeah. RH is gonna smack me out of the air there. That's real and also valid. You know what, man? Just give me your fucking brave. Only Japanese TTRPG I've played is Shinobi Gami. Really fun one because they somehow managed to make a PvP-centric TTRPG still feel like more than just fighting. Interesting. Is that like, is the Gami there like Kami, but it's in the second part of it, so it's like it gets the little 2 dots on it? Like, is that game Ninja God? Is that what that is? God of Ninja or something? It sounds like maybe a super hardcore ass name if I'm remembering my very shit Japanese correctly. Fucking save me from myself, man. The big Rizzler man is killing me. The Sorizzler man is hurting me very badly. Ow. That's how you would throw me. Ah, you threw me. Oh, I'll get a close H. Close L, close H conversion there. Was not to be. And this is nice. 3 Brave points to 0. I do think getting hit by a DP, does it kill me here? I don't think so. You got a safe jump anyway, though. On Wings of Darkness. Looking ass. I don't get a safe jump there? I don't get a safe jump there! My bad. Which characters use their SSBA the least? Probably Vasaraga. Vasaraga seems right. Vasaraga seems correct. Beep bop. Boss just seems like the correct answer to a guy like me. I guess you have to delay a little bit to get a safe jump off Djeeta's SSBA. Did not realize this. That's not how that works. Gotcha. Easy as peasy, by the way. Matera? Oh, that's true. Yeah, his character's with really good fucking use skills, right? Yeah, Matera, I feel like, very rarely uses either. Matera's actually a pretty solid pick as well. So, wow. I'm pretty sure Matera's optimals don't even involve Voss, because all of his use skills are so critical to his kit that if he's sitting at 100 meters, something has gone wrong. Like, his use skills are the way that he plays neutral defense. I guess on offense, like, they're less important, but his use skills directly are his, like, gets to my win condition buttons. So he ends up using his meter almost entirely on his use skills to the point that it's quite uncommon for him to have 100 just stored in the bank to even use on an SBA if he got the kill. You know? I'm dead. Why am I not respecting that? Adelina? Cat SBA is pretty, like, certainly Cat SBA is pretty often, yeah. Like, not insanely so, but, like, yeah, SBA is like a normal amount. Tried to kill me. Beep, bop, boop. Okay. Nice. Stalled just long enough to get my shit back. I did not mean to do that, but I'm gonna pretend that I did, and I'm just the world's greatest. This doesn't kill, does it? Nope. Wow, that. Ooh! Okay, so all of the damage in that is in the first hit. I understand. Arc World Tour Finals is a great showcase of it. Voss's meter never reached 100%. Something like that, right? Do. I mean, luckily for Voss, all of his use skills are, like, really fucking good as well, right? So it's fine. Like, they're mission critical for him, but he also doesn't mind using them at all. GG's Brickets and GG's, man. Good game. Let's do one more set. Let's do one more set. All of them Catalina 236 use? Yeah. But, like, Cat will generally use one of them. She'll, like, do a 236U once, and then you're in the corner, and then if she gets a hit again, you may or may not be getting SBA'd, right? I love you, Dash Punch. No. Time for Brick to stop ducking me, surely? Match me into Tubby so I can Raging Strike his ass. I thought we saw Voss SBA in the World Tour. We did. That's right. I think we saw one. That is true. I think with the 2 Vasaragas the entire weekend, maybe 2, like Deba Game and JF. I think throughout all of their games we saw 2 SBAs and 1 SSBA. Yeah, I think Voss supered 3 times. Tubby, stop ducking me. That would never happen. It's like your one weakness, man. You ain't got. You're old. You're old. Tubby is very good at the video game, but like feels like the easiest player to Raging Strike compared, like, relative to their skill level. Beat bop. You don't scare me. And we get conversions. This character's broken. Pop at me, I dare you. Huh! You jumped more than I thought. You haven't watched enough of my videos, man. You know what I do when I'm uncomfortable on a character? It was unnatural to me? Oh, super valid. It's not a good idea either. But when I'm like not feeling myself on a character, I will go to the air. Busy clip farming on low master? Excuse you. In general, Katsu's skills are mostly to carry the opponent to the corner. Yeah, and she generally only needs one of them. So the meter expenditure is not too intense. I'm dead. I'm not dead. Hop, I dare you. You fool! You moron! And then I got the frown, and then I have to go because Namek is exploding. You know what I'm talking about? Ow. What if Brick is the low master? What if his bell curve was low today? Exactly, man. What if I'm ass? Have you
Gets
considered?
grabbed, comma, nerd.
Fuggling? Hello, Fuggling T. It's a funny name. It's just funny to say. Like, it's like an ugly child. You know what I mean? Like the child is fugly, but then it's like, we are the ogre caplings, please feed us. You know, like the ling at the end is, it's like ito in Spanish. It denotes tiny. A fugling. Ow, ow, ow. It's a W name? If that's what it means, it certainly is. It made me laugh when I read it. I enjoyed reading it a great deal. That's because I assumed what it meant. Ow. If my assumption is right, then yes, it's a W name, for sure. No doubts. You wouldn't fucking UDP me on Wake Up, would you? You actually wouldn't? It does mean ugly? Okay. Fugling.
Oh, you're too good.
The fugly duckling? Then yes, W name. As long as the self-deprecation has not seeped into your daily life and your view of yourself. Check this out. I do love her going, let's dance. Let's dance. So aggressively. Not at all. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh jeez. Oh crap. Yeah, I don't know, man. So, as for the question in the title, is Ex Djeeta really that bad? You're gonna hate me, but like the answer is technically, right? If that emote fugly, don't talk about Meat Boy like that. In terms of, is Ex Djeeta one of the weakest characters in the game? The more I think about it, the more I probably have to say yeah. Again, we've talked about it a bunch. On paper, like if I just describe this character verbally, like to me at least, how she reads, it sounds like a mid tier, right? Because the way I would describe Djeeta's like power budget verbally is that she doesn't really have any huge weaknesses, but nothing she does is like really good. Like everything she does, besides maybe this stock Dragon Lev, which is not enough by itself, right? Like that is not an identity by itself. But like, besides from this, everything she does is like low end of average to below average, right? Like she does a worse version of pretty much what everyone else is doing. But there's really no huge holes in her outside of that, right? Like her move speed is good, her normals are good, her specials are at least like, they all serve a purpose, even if they don't do it very well. Like she has a hit confirm tool, right? Which can be relatively safe, especially if you just get from those like long ranges. She has a fireball, she has a meterless DP, right? She has a throw bait. It's just the DP is not great as far as meterless DPs are concerned. The fireball is not very strong outside of the stock, but at least the fireball is probably the least problematic thing, right? The throw bait doesn't feel great, and the lariat feels incredibly underbaked as a hit confirm tool, and just as a move in general. But like, she has everything. It's just everything kind of sucks, right? To me, verbally, if I read that, I would say that's like a low mid tier character. That's not a bottom 1. That's not a bottom 2. That's not even a bottom 5. That's like a low mid tier character. That's like we have a solid base here, but we just need like numbers buffs, or we just need something to give her a little bit of extra sauce, and then she'll be very good. But then, when I leave White Room Land, when I leave Vacuum Land, and I actually think about the video game, I go, well, most characters in this game are pretty solid. Like even the lower end ones, most of them are like pretty, like there really isn't, with the exception of Nier, who has a very huge payoff on the other side to make up for it. if we're like, oh, well, this character doesn't have any huge, glaring, gaping, like, hole that like, makes it so that she can never play the video game, like, her fucking normals don't link together, or she can't Raging Strike, or she can't Brave Counter, or she can't 6XL, or something like that, right? Those characters don't really exist, right? It just so happens that being underpowered at everything and not having an identity in a game where the low tiers are pretty well taken care of by and large. Like over the game's lifespan, there have been a lot of very miserable low tier characters that have been buffed sometimes into like top tier status, and most of the time into at least like viability. Well, not the EX. I don't think anyone's like truly unviable. When I say viability, again, I mean like that mid tier and above sort of land. So that kind of leaves Ex Djeeta as feeling, despite being a relatively new character, right, pretty power crept, I suppose, right? Like I could say that verbally and then go, Djeeta sounds like a mid-tier to me, and then I go, okay, who's worse than her? And it's like, well, I mean, Vikala definitely isn't anymore. Vikala's buffs actually do feel pretty meaningful. Vikala's not amazing, right? But I definitely don't think Vikala is like a bottom one contender anymore or anything like that. I mean, I know that some people don't even think Nier ever was, like, even with all of her downsides, people still think that just the amount of ways she can fucking murder you is still worth her being considered to be at least a decent character. Maybe, if we don't value it that highly, maybe I could say Nier, maybe, right? But then it's like, okay, who else? Who's worse than the Ex Djeeta? I mean, I don't think super highly of Charlotta, but like Charlotta's got more going for her than this character for sure, right? I mean, I don't think super highly of Ladiva either personally, but I think Ladiva's got a little bit more going for her than this character maybe. Like Ladiva can at least like Maybe you could argue Ladiva, genuinely. Like, I know this is gonna be like, oh, of course you think that your main is the worst character in the game. But, like, especially in the current meta, right? Maybe you could argue that, like, you know, if the top tier was all a bunch of rushdown characters, right? Ladiva would be a lot better. I'm really trying to see, like, who could you say is worse than Ex Djeeta? And it's like, it's a very short list, right? I don't think you could, I personally don't think that Ladiva is that bad, but you can make an argument for it, certainly, right? And then it's like, okay, that's it. Right? Like we could go to the character select screen right now, and it's just like, it just turns out that most characters in this game are pretty decently solid, or at least have one specialty, like something that they're really fucking good at that they can play towards, and that'll let them, at least in some matchups, feel really strong, right? I don't think base Djeeta's buttons save her from being above Ladiva. I think base Djeeta, I think base Djeeta, like, base Djeeta's Fireball by itself is a better character than Ladiva is, right? I don't know, man. I think base Djeeta is pretty underrated, personally. I think like just her fucking Fireball is like that is one of the best specials in the game overall, and I think people don't really give, you know, like, not EX Djeeta, regular Djeeta, right? She has to charge for it, but if Djeeta like when Djeeta does charge H Fireball, it is just Siegfried H Fireball before they nerfed it that can be rolled, right? Now, to be fair, it can be rolled, but I mean, this still makes it very good, right? And then the U Fireball is also just one of the best Oki tools in the game, right? BC safe, death on counter hit, plus, right? Obviously, you get the refund too. Completely risk-free way to do Oki, essentially, outside of getting like SSB 8, I guess. But I don't like. I don't know, man. Like, I don't see anyone else. Vayne maybe back in the day, but Vayne's pretty solid these days, right? Like again, Zoe's pretty good these days. Versuch obviously was never in contention. Narmaya definitely not either. Neither is EX Narmaya. I just gotta go through it. It's like Vikala used to be maybe, but not anymore, right? So you just gotta scroll through the casts, and it's like I don't even know, right? Like, the game is just at a pretty, like, the bottom end of the game, just at a pretty solid spot. You can definitely make the argument that there are somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 plus or minus 3 characters that are a little too strong, right? And maybe a lot too strong, but like. Uno could be worse than Ex Djeeta, but we'll never know because no one plays him. It is the funny meme, but even with Uno's nerfs, that character is still pretty solid, right? That character is not really in the contention. I know it's the funny meme, no one plays him or anything like that, but he's bottom 2 is the only way about it, just because Nier loses system mechanics. Yeah, but so it's like, it's a weird situation, right? Again, the title I have is Ex Djeeta really that bad? Like, if you just think about the character in a vacuum, no, but that's not how we do power. Like, that's not how tier lists are inherently relative to the cast you're in, and relative to the cast that she's in. Yes, yeah, Ex Djeeta, I guess, really is that bad. Most characters just have a pretty solid like a much more solid foundation, or at least a really solid specialty or something, right? Really, it is just, you could argue, and I think it is debatable, if you want to say that, like, well, Nier has these giant, glaring, gaping weaknesses in her that I don't care if she does the most damage out of anyone who isn't BL5 Lucilius. At the end of the day, literally getting turned off by Brave Counter, that's too much for me. She's bottom 1. EX Djeeta's bottom 2, sure. But you could even, I think, I could really see an argument that, like, well, I mean, again, fighting games are protracted risk-reward simulators, and, like, at least Nier can just kill you, right? Like, at least Nier does have the window of, like, you know, if she finds a hidden neutral or something, at least she can just, like, two-touch you a lot of the time. It's something, right? So you could maybe even argue this is the worst character in the game, just because EX in particular, right? Because it's like, what are we doing? Like, what exactly is the goal here? What exactly is the point here? Maybe, right? So I guess so. Fuck. I didn't think so. I came into this going, I was gonna play Ex Djeeta and go, ah, she's not that bad. It really is just, someone's got to be at the bottom at the end of the day. I think it's probably Nier. Again, I don't think I believe that argument for Nier. I think you could make it, right? I think you could make it. I don't think I buy it personally. I do think that at the end of the day, Nier is just too, he literally doesn't have access to one of the system mechanics like 80% of the time, though it's one of the weakest ones. Like, Raging Strike, its main purpose, Nier does not usually need it, right? According to Meg players, he's bottom 1. I don't fucking know, man. But, so I personally probably would say that Nier probably is a little worse than Ex Djeeta, but yeah, man, she kind of doesn't have anything going for her, I suppose, right? I mean, if we're talking about, again, things you could do to make it a little bit less so, again, there's a lot of different ways probably. You could probably give Ex Djeeta quite a lot and still have her feel fine, right? Like, not, like, you wouldn't be, like, overblowing that or anything. But to me, the biggest hole in the kit is the Lariat, right? We talked about it. I gotta get through this quickly just because I do realize it's 8:23 and I have to go at 8:30. But, like, very quickly, right? Her Fireball, he's not bad, right? I think it's worse than Djeeta's Fireball, but I don't think it's saying much. I think regular Djeeta's Fireball is very, 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 very good, right? I'm like, her Fireball's not bad. Regular Fireball is just a bog standard-ass Fireball, right? She has a full-screen U Fireball, right? And the stocked Fireball is actually pretty solid. It's not like a Fireball Drive Rush like Djeeta charged Fireball, but it is, like, really good for Fireball Wars. The EX version is really nice for, like, anti-zoning and shit like that, right? It's a very nice way for her to try and get in, or even try to zone some people out herself, possibly, right? It's a fine move. Could it be better? Yes, but this, I don't think, like, when I look at, like, why does EX Djeeta feel like she has so much nothing? It's not because of her Fireball, right? Her meterless DP is on the bad side, 12-frame medium DP, and it's one of the ones that's quite minus on block, right? But, again, the throw bait could use a little juicing, maybe. I feel like the light version needs to be a little better, personally. I would love if, like, I don't know, man, like, on counter hit at least, or something, like, maybe this shit gives you something. This feels not super great to a guy like me, because I don't think, even on counter hit, I don't think you get anything off of this, right? Like, even if you, maybe on a crouching counter hit, you get, I mean, it launches them, so it shouldn't matter, but, yeah, like, if you got a counter hit on this, if you got a close L, that'd be nice, personally, right? I don't know. Light 2-2 does nothing? Yeah, like, this one, medium? Right, medium I like. I think, like, these are fine. They're not great throw baits, but I don't think these are the problem, right? But the light one just doesn't really do anything at all, right? But again, the huge thing, this move is the most vanilla move in the entirety of Rising. It is a unsafe on block most of the time, low damage, low range, relatively, like, for the medium and heavy versions, like, slow startup. Like, a lot of things you like for it to be 16 frames so it goes off of your far L, right? No special hit effects. Doesn't even really do anything in the mid-screen with stock. Of course, in the corner, it can get you a close H instead of a close M. But, like, it doesn't really do anything in the mid-screen with stock either, right? This move doesn't have, like, there's a missing property on this move, it feels like. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like this move could, like, guard crush with stock or something. Or, like, it could launch vertically up to allow a combo into 2-2U with stock. Or it could be, like, fucking, I don't know, man, anything. Like, it feels like there is a missing portion of the power budget on this move. It doesn't do anything, right? Or, like, on counter hits, it does nothing. On, you know, like, maybe it could be plus, as basic as it could be plus with stock or something, right? Make it link into 2-2 in the corner. It might do that already. Does it do that already? It might do that already, but I really feel like, no, it doesn't do that, yeah. Needs to add a spin out with charge? Yeah, like, this move to me feels like the missing link. Like, I feel like the rest of EX Djeeta's kit is not horrendous, and it's not even like in some case, like having a throwback in the first place is kind of nice, even if it's not a great one, right? Like her fireball is actually, I would say, good overall, right? But this just doesn't do anything, right? This has nothing. This has like none power budget at all. You could add a lot to this, and I feel like it would be fine still. You know what I mean? I wonder if we're gonna bother with doing more EX characters. I'm not sure. Issue Vegeta's her kid doesn't feel like it works together. Personally, I tried to play her. It feels very disjointed. Regular Vegeta, I kind of disagree, because at least like even if you think about it in terms of like again, regular Vegeta's fireball is like twice as good as EX Vegeta or something like that, right? Her DP is the same. I would say like she doesn't need stocks to do shit. Her 5U is maybe probably just a better version overall of Vegeta's down special, and her Rekka, while it doesn't do any damage like the other one, it still does more damage than EX Vegeta's, and it at least does does this, right? It at least gets me to the corner and gets me Oki, and then I can run up and do, you know, off my Oki, I can then run up and use my fucking like broken ass U fireball to get safe Oki off of it, right? But like, yeah, EX Vegeta needs a little bit of sauce on that lariat. Something like that, right? I don't know if it's enough, but I kind of would like the idea of it just at least let me like do that in the mid screen, right? Because I think like they want it. The only thing that EX Djeeta does better than regular Djeeta is off this auto combo starter, she does more damage, right? Djeeta can't do this. Djeeta cannot get 5.3k off an auto combo starter no matter what you do unless she raging strikes, right? So like I think they want her to be Djeeta with better damage in the mid screen, maybe. So give it to her off her far normals too, man. Maybe. Let me like link into. Like, it would be pretty fun, I think. It'll be like a pretty like fun to do and fun looking combo to go like boom boom and then like link into rising tackle and then extend from there. I think that could be fun, right? And that'll probably do a good bit of damage too. Like if she was doing that off far end, like that would hit pretty hard. That's a very boring idea, right? That is a very like just line her up with some of the other characters in the game type idea, right? That is not a very unique way to buff her, but it will at least be something, right? Anyway, I gotta go. So unfortunately, is EX Djeeta that bad? I guess so. We'll see. Maybe in the id patch she'll get some love. None of the EX characters have been changed since release, but I feel like it's been long enough. If they care, I think some EX Djeeta buffs would be quite well received. But yeah, I gotta go. Have a wonderful rest of your day, fellas, and I'll see you tomorrow for probably some more Granblue. What we'll be doing exactly, we'll figure it out. Game time decision, but I'll see you later. Peace.
Now this is
Now this is awkward.